All right, bingo. Here we go. Let's get everybody in here. Bingo. There we go. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon. Depends on where you're watching from today. Dante here. Glad to be with you guys today. We have another beautiful day in OFA, and it's Trade Day. So, how this is going to work today from 11 to 12, we have our open coaching. Ask me any question about anything you have on your mind right now. And as soon as that concludes from 12 to 1, Trey Llewellyn's going to hop up and we're going to have our ecom specific section of the training. Just a quick reminder, gang. Just in case you might not be on the ecom track, maybe you're on the expert track, please, you are still more than welcome to watch this training. Marketing is marketing is marketing is marketing. Yes, we have some big differences between ecom and expert, but marketing is marketing. Aligning my product or service with the hopes, dreams, fears, and desires of my customer, that is marketing. And we still do it on ecom. So if you're on the expert track, feel free to stick around. It's going to be a great session today. I want to get right into it, gang. Let's get things knocked out. Let's get you rocking and rolling. So let's start it out with Nikhil. Good morning, Nikhil. How can we help today?
Hey Dante, thank you so much. You had helped me last time think through my webinar funnel, the flow.
Yep.
I've made some progress and I wanted to run it through you and take your input. Still working on my planning part, not yet started on ClickFunnels, but I want to measure twice and cut once. So let, let me share with you my screen if you let me.
That sounds great, Nikhil.
Uh, okay, I will share my screen. Let me know when you can see it.
I got you.
Perfect. So this is the consumer journey I'm making based on the discussion I had with you. Let me quickly talk you through this and then have your inputs. Recall my clients are corporate mid-career professionals, and I'm trying to help them move from feeling stuck to feeling unstoppable. So we will start with it could be LinkedIn ad or a Facebook ad or some referrals. Then my first service to them is a score app assessment, which will help them understand why they are stuck and what they can do differently. There will be a customized report which will be generated, and there could be something customized as a solution for them. It could be a short training video from my side or something else they can download, which is of service to them based on where they net out on the assessment. Then I will nurture them towards the webinar funnel. So based on the report they see, I would nurture them that why don't you join my webinar where you can learn more about how you can implement these tactics. Then I have a live webinar which will happen once every week. From the webinar, I will invite them to apply for an application funnel where, depending on where they are on their journey, they can get qualified for one-to-one coaching with me, which could happen through a discovery call. And once I have retained them or acquired them, how can I transform and give them the best service? So that's the sequence. At each stage, I'm inserting a yes, no. So what if they don't go to the next step? Then they go to an email nurturing sequence where I still keep on offering value to them. And hopefully they get signed up either for coming back on this track or a low ticket offer I may have for them in later. Let me pause and take your reactions, Dante.
Love this. You're right on track. The only thing I'm seeing is you go from your live webinar to an application funnel.
Yeah.
Typically, my live webinar is going to sell my one to $5,000 program,
Hmm.
my package. So my live webinar would sell them into my package and they would get that product. They would start taking that product and the application would come down the line. They wouldn't go webinar right to application. They go webinar to buy the one to $5,000 product. And after they do that one to $5,000 product, then we would send them to an application where they could apply to my 10,000, my $25,000 program. So they would be separate. Your webinar should sell your package, your flagship product, like we talked about last time. That flagship product helps them solve the problem they're at, right? It helps them take that next step forward in their life, in their personal value ladder. Now that they're at the new step, you know, they've now that they've received the promotion, or they've gotten their certificates, right? Whatever the thing that your program teaches them so that they can get advancements in their career, now that they're doing that, then they would apply to like your inner circle, for instance. Does that make sense?
Uh, it does. Let me share some consumer research I did. So I interacted with some of the people who are in this life stage, and they felt my promise of offering something in 100 days sounds too good to be true. And they're saying, I've been stuck in this for years and years, and are you telling me in 100 days you can solve my problem? So what I learned from those interactions was it might be better to offer a slightly longer program and price it appropriately. So my revised offer, which I'm thinking around, so first state which we discussed last week was 100 days program for $3,000. I'm now exploring a 10 months program for $10,000. This is much more intensive because we're talking about not only changing your quick behaviors, but changing perceptions of people around you and getting something which is meaningful. That can't happen in 100 days, let's be honest. It requires consistent effort from your side, influencing everyone around you and get them to change their opinion about you. So my flagship now would be a 10 months program, one-to-one intensive coaching worth $10,000. And I
Okay.
felt that might be too much for someone to take out a credit card based on a webinar.
I don't think so.
Okay.
I see people sell $10,000 products all the time. I have a friend, Nikhil, that sells airplanes using ClickFunnels. And he runs application funnels. Like you're running a score app assessment, that's just a survey, right?
Yeah.
That's exactly what he does. He runs traffic to a survey and then picks up the phone and calls these people and sells them $5 million airplanes over the phone. So, no, I would not say $10,000 is too much at all.
No, I didn't mean it's at all. In fact, I think it's a good price point for someone to get promoted. It would be about at least 50,000 raise. And then you multiply that with number of years, you will be at a new level. So 10,000 is a fair investment to ask. What I meant was, would someone take out a credit card based on a webinar? Or I have to nurture them a bit more before they are convinced it is a good program to invest?
Yes, people do pull out $10,000 for in a webinar all the time. It
Okay.
happens all the time. But you're
Okay.
not technically running webinar to an order form. See, you're running webinar to the application.
That's correct.
After that application, you'll get on a call or a
Yeah.
Zoom with them,
Yeah.
and you can just take this payment live in person.
Yeah.
So you're totally avoiding the whole, a $10,000 order form online. Are people going to do that? You're avoiding that, trading time for money, but that's okay at the beginning. I'm perfectly happy with that.
Yeah. And honestly, given where I am, where I have a corporate job and this is my weekend hustle, I can only handle probably 10 high ticket one to one clients and serve them well till it reaches a stage where I can scale up and have hundreds of clients and start group coaching or something like that.
Right.
So, which is why I thought live webinar success would be to influence them to go for the application funnel so that they are really serious and they feel this is a reward which they deserve. Then I have that one to one discovery call, which helps me to finally convert them and they are able to convince and sign up for the $10,000 program. So that was the reason why I inserted application funnel and not do an immediate sell after the webinar.
Yes, and that absolutely works, Nikhil. Little more time, little more, it's a little more involved on your side, but it 100% works.
Understand. Thank
I
you.
want to talk really quick about your 100 days though. Um, I don't think 100 days is too long to change yourself and make a measurable impression on your colleagues and your bosses. Like to get results in the workplace in 100 days, I don't think that that is too long at all. As somebody who's done that, it didn't even take me 100 days, right? When you take the action and it's seen, it all happens immediately. So, what you just shared with me is a limiting belief that your customers have, which
Hmm.
is fine. They're going to have tons of limiting beliefs, but we just need to come up with better ways to smash those limiting beliefs. Like, for instance, if I was doing this and I gave somebody a presentation and they said, Dante, there's no way in 100 days I can transform my life like this. There's no way. Right, yeah, Dr. Kerr, it's too short. 100 days is too small. There's no way. I've been doing this for 5 years. There's no way in just 100 days I can transform my life like you're saying. And then that's where Nikhil would come in and say, That's exactly what Roger Bannister said
Hmm.
back in the day before the 4 minute mile was cracked.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody thought they could do it.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody thought it was possible. And then as soon as Roger did it, everybody else behind him started doing it. You've
Mm-hmm.
seen people transform their lives in 100 days in your own current workplace. This
Mm-hmm.
is all very possible. It's not really a question of is it possible? It's more of a question of if you want to do it, if you want to
Understand.
buckle down, and if you want to get these changes in your life. So it's just scripting, right? It just comes down to having the conversations with your customers, seeing the limiting beliefs, and then having your responses ready so that you can sell.
I love it. And if I finally end up offering a 100 days program for $3,000, then I may not need application funnel. I can offer that straight from the webinar. Uh,
Correct.
if I'm going for something as intensive as 10 months inner circle, which is $10,000, that could come through an application funnel.
Yes, 100% Nikhil. And
Yeah,
in the future, I recommend when you start your webinar, just start with one thing.
yeah,
Whenever we give customers choices, we allow confusion to enter, and a confused mind always says no. So
yeah,
when you start your webinar, start with just one thing, whether it's your 3,000 or your 10,000. Just start with one. But in the future, what we can do, Nikhil, is you can have your webinar where you're like maybe talking about just the $3,000 program. That's your
mm,
main product. Excuse me. But once you push them over to the order form, in the webinar, you say, and if you're a fast action taker, or you say, if you want to have the most impact on your life, you'll see a little spot down below where you can check out a great program I have for you. We just simply mention it. So then your webinar pushes them to an order form. The
yeah,
order form at the top is all about your $3,000 program, but
yeah.
below there's a little bit of information about the $10,000 intensive mastermind or inner circle and how
Yeah.
they can fill out an application. So you can still do one webinar that pushes to an order form that sells both. That's more in the future. That's more as you're talking to your customers. When you start the webinar, just start with one thing.
Yeah, and while you were speaking, I got another idea flash that $3,000 could be a group coaching program and 10,000 could be an upsell. So as people are filling the order form, they are going through, okay, I'm signing for a group coaching for a small group of 5 people where I'll get my best service. And then as a upsell, do you know you can also sign up for a one-to-one intensive coaching with Coach Nikhil yourself, which is worth 10,000 for 10 months. How it is more valuable versus 3,000 group coaching, blah, 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 and maybe some of them will get converted there itself and they can go for 10,000.
Yes, that's it, Nikhil. That's perfect.
I love that. Thank you. While I have you, I'll quickly run you through the script I have written for my landing page as well.
Sure.
Just for your quick inputs. Let me make it bigger. So this is above the fold where the headline will be uncover in 5 minutes why 5+ years of high performance still hasn't got you promoted. So this is the landing page which leads them to the assessment.
So
Then the
good.
headline, which gives them more details, then a few bullets, and then I have a hero visual which will come up. Let me have you read it first, and then we can.
I've already read it. It's lovely.
Awesome. Then here are the some bullets which will give them reasons to believe why this guy knows what he's talking about. So there are things like proprietary tools and hidden methods which most leaders don't share with broader organization. That how do they find this one is promotable, this one is not promotable. So through the assessment, they'll figure out where they are on the labeling tactics or if you may, and then they can sign up for the scorecard. So that's a landing page which takes them to the scorecard. Then I'm still working on the other pages like the pain problem, testimonials, why Coach Nikhil is the right coach for you. But wanted quickly to run you through the first above the fold heroes page. I actually have a visual which we were making when we were working on this. Uh, Something like this. It is still AI generated, it will be much better. So this tells them that typically everyone is placed on this 9 box grid. We never know where we are placed. My method will help you understand how performance, image, and exposure plays a role in your placement, and you can influence your placement and get better response from your leaders. So that could be the hero's image, while the text is what I shared with you earlier.
It absolutely can, Nikhil. This is so good.
Awesome. I was looking for your inputs before I start doing hands-on keyboard work on ClickFunnels now.
This is so good. Take me back to your bullets. I think I saw one thing in your bullet
Sure,
points.
sure.
Okay, it's going to be your bottom bullets. You've worked hard and waited year after year. Now get clarity in just 15 questions, 5 minutes, 100% free. Complete to get a free copy of the best-selling book.
So there's a reward for them to finish the survey as well,
Cool.
and three or four reasons to believe, which touches on emotions, some logic on why they should take the 5 minute survey and feel it is on the right track.
Okay.
I see you thinking, so I'll wait.
It's just this last bullet here.
Okay.
I just don't know if we need that. Bullets are more like features and benefits,
Yeah.
right? And I'm just not seeing it in there. You worked hard and waited year after year. And it goes to now get clarity in just 15 questions, 5 minutes, 100% free.
Yeah.
So I would probably say just remove that one, Nikhil.
Okay.
I love these. Your top three. I love those. And the bonus, I love that. It's an
Okay.
undisclosed bonus. I don't even know in my bonus, I don't even know that I would tell them it's a book.
Okay.
I would just say complete the scorecard to unlock Nikhil's complete the scorecard and you will unlock Nikhil's greatest framework that's helped hundreds of employees achieve the promotion of their dreams. I
Got it.
wouldn't even tell them what the vehicle is, what the thing is, because what if somebody says, I hate reading? And
Yeah.
they're like, oh, well, I don't want the book. So I would leave that much more generic and I would just say I have a great resource that's helped hundreds of people achieve their goals and
Yeah.
you're going to get it today when you unlock the when you take the training. I would remove that fourth bullet. You don't even need it. People like things in threes. So you have three bullets and your bonus. And
Got it.
that's what I'd run.
Yeah. The reason I had the fourth bullet was to tell them it is simple. It takes only 5 minutes, only 15 questions. Hence, it's a good use of your time. That was the intent.
And I think you have that in your sub headline just above, correct? Let's go
Yeah.
take a
Yeah. It
look.
is there. Yeah. It's a repeat of what I've said earlier, just to
Correct.
land the
Yeah.
point.
Okay, great. Yeah, remove that fourth bullet. You won't need that, Nikhil.
Okay. Perfect. Okay. That's all I had. Thank you so much, Dante. Next time I come, I will have an actual funnel for you to input on.
Sounds amazing. So looking forward to that.
Thank you, Dante.
You got it. Great job.
Thanks.
Okay, let's hop over to Leah. Hey, Leah.
Hello.
Hey, hey, good morning.
I made some changes to my funnel. Wanted to get your opinion on it.
Yes,
And
take a look.
I'm going to come back tomorrow for the additional opt-in funnel that you had suggested,
Cool.
because at the college fair, I'm going to give away a free scholarship spreadsheet that's like pre-filled with top merit-based scholarships that most people miss. But I don't necessarily know how to give that away to them because
Sure,
I've already turned my slides in and I only had like a chance to do one QR code. So that was to purchasing the product. So
sure.
I wanted to,
Oh, I got you. I know exactly what we'll do.
I'm gonna work on that tomorrow, but this is, why is it not moving?
Oh, you just have to put your mouse on the actual like text itself. You're in your mobile view. Yeah, now you can scroll.
Okay, got it. Okay, I wanted to keep it on mobile view because I know most people are, isn't it like a high stat, 75 to 80% of people are using their mobile phones all the time for buying?
Yes, and I would say it's higher than that. I mean, honestly, it's mobile is just really running the show. But in your case specifically, you're gonna have a QR code on a screen at a physical event. So
Right, right.
100% of your traffic will be mobile.
That's what I thought too. So that's why I'm checking it out. All right, I went back. I I did hook story offer, all that. I added more to this because this part just kind of talked about what the digital course was. I added the value stack, which I was a little hesitant to do because I felt like it was a little wordy. But it has the value of each component. So I wanted to get your opinion on that. It wouldn't fit. So I had to go take those words, throw it into Canva, turn it into a picture, and then upload it. Does
Yep.
that look weird?
It the text seems small. I would probably just resize the image to be a larger size so that the text is a little bit bigger.
Can we do that now?
Um,
Or is that something I have to do in Canva?
yes, do that in Canva. You can resize your images inside, right inside of Canva, and that's what I would have you do there. It'll just show up easier. Because as
Okay.
I'm reading your text on the funnel, I can read everything, and as soon as we get to the stack, my eyes are straining. I'm having to lean in, and that's your funnel should avoid all of that. It should be an easy solution, not bring up any roadblocks.
Okay. It feels like overkill because I don't normally read all the words, but you had said people like to be informed. So I guess I know the answer already, but do you feel like I really should give them the specific value stack?
You mean what you're showing right here?
Right here. Yeah, because I talk about it in generalities right here, but
Yep.
this is the specific because people are selling those courses. How to write a student resume for a freaking a lot of money.
Right. Right. Yes, you should definitely have a stack. I wonder
Okay.
if we shouldn't put it a little lower. Let me see what the rest of the funnel looks like here.
Um, Now for the college fair, I'm kind of selling two things. One, pre-recorded digital course on how to earn scholarships. And then the second thing is, hey, me, and I added this because you said I should,
Oh,
the Google reviews, and I have over 70. Okay, a couple things. I took forever trying to add these testimonials, never could get the ClickFunnels thing to work. So I had to create that myself. It kept going to the very, very bottom. I don't know what I was doing wrong. So I just, added a picture, added a heading, added a subheading.
that's perfect.
Okay. Now I didn't want a ton of words, so I was just going to do two, right? And have them both be test prep because I make a lot more money with test prep. But then in the very bottom, since I'm a scholarship consultant, have the ones there. So this is where they can buy the, okay, that's another one of my questions. Should I label that product that is a digital pre-recorded video on demand course, or is that saying the same thing multiple times?
I probably wouldn't even worry about that.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the vehicle that you're using to deliver it, whether
Okay.
it's a course, a community, whatever. I wouldn't
Yeah.
even talk about the vehicle.
Okay. Because this is different. This is live teaching, and that's very time consuming for
Yes.
me. Okay. Um, all right. Well, then a couple things. Should I add more testimonials down here?
Yes. That's what
Okay.
you should do.
Roughly how many?
Add 20.
That's a
You don't
lot.
have add five more then. Add five more.
All right. Three to
This
five.
is our social proof. It's
Okay.
everything. I'm curious, how many of you guys, let me know in the chat, one for yes, two for no. When you guys are going and purchasing products, like if you're on Amazon, do you look at customer reviews? If you're thinking about doing something with a new company, do you go to Google or Trustpilot and do you look up their ratings and rankings? And like, do you look at companies like that before you purchase? One for yes, two for no. Let's see what we have so far in the chat. Just ones. I don't see a single two. And this is how customers buy, right? So
Okay.
it is only a good thing to have your social proof, to have a ton of different people that all of your customers can connect and resonate with, all reviews on the page saying, I did the thing and I got results.
Okay. Is it okay just to have two in the middle? Because I kind of wanted them to get to the order page.
Yes, it is
Okay.
totally okay to have
Two
two
in
in
the
the
middle, three to five at the end. Got it.
yes.
How do I add? I went and found the where. Like here, let me show you what I was trying to do, and you can tell me what I was doing wrong.
Sure.
Add an element. I can't remember exactly what I did then. I think I went here. Found testimonials.
Uh-huh.
And then I went to the testimonials I wanted. I like the one with the little picture, this one. And
Yep.
I click it and it doesn't go.
Correct.
Why?
Here's why. This is a new section. If you look at the very top left, it says My Sections. So when
Okay.
you click this button, that's actually telling that's showing you your layout where you can add new sections. But when you click on this, nothing is happening because you didn't use your action button, is what this comes down to. So click anywhere on your funnel just to get out of those section settings.
Okay.
Highlight your green section. Move your mouse to the left edge of your page, like
Oh,
there,
okay.
and move it in a little bit. There's my section. You had it. There.
Eh,
There's my
okay.
green outline. So let's
Got it.
go just above that to like right there. And
Okay.
there you go. Now click your add section action button. And now you can go on the left-hand side. There we go. Testimonials. Yup. Choose the one that you like. Bingo. Now it adds. Because
Okay.
you added a section on the page. Before you weren't adding a section on the page. Does that make sense at all?
Okay. But I had really wanted it
Down there.
around here. Is
Yes.
that,
We can definitely do that. It's let's go to the top. Let's delete that top section before we get too deep into this.
and I think I also, now that I've just created it, all right, right here.
We want to highlight the entire section. So move your mouse just out to the right from where you are, and we'll find our green section. There's one, and down a little bit. There's my next. Go ahead and delete that section. Great.
Okay.
Scroll me down to the bottom where we want to add those reviews.
Okay. I think since I spent time this morning because I didn't know how to do it, I get what you're saying. I have apparently a really long section. I'm gonna leave
Yes.
it. If you think that looks fine, I'm just gonna leave it. Now that I understand the whole point of why it didn't work, I now can go. Let me see if I can remember. I'll just add it at the bottom.
But that's an element. We need our green section.
Okay.
There it is. Yes.
Uh, Add a
Yes.
section.
Yes.
Testimonials.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And it's at the very, very bottom.
There we
Perfect.
go.
All right.
Yep.
I know what to do from there.
And
Except
you're
for
right.
why
You're
is there a
right.
button? Don't I need to get rid
Oh,
of the button?
that's just a button we have on the template. You can just remove that. Yep. Delete the row. Perfect. Bingo.
Okay. All right, great. I know what to do with that. My other question. Yeah, I think I probably need to spend time creating that opt-in because I don't really know what I'm doing. Could you just point me in the right direction, then I'll go work on it when
Here's what
I'll
I would
work?
do. I would just add a little piece of text at the very top of the page. Like you have your blank sections up top there. I would
Yeah.
add a little headline up there that says, grab my free guide and get access to 1,600 overlooked scholarships right now. I would literally on this page, I would just put text at the very top. So your QR code lands them right here. At the very top, grab my free thing. They click a button, it opens your opt-in, your lead funnel, your opt-in funnel in a new tab. And then so they can go download your thing and they can still interact with this page and make a purchase.
Yeah, I'm not sure I want to do that. I don't want to take them off this page.
And that's the question. Yes, you can only share one QR code. You can only send them one place. So then, do we want to have this one place be do we want to have this one place be a one-track mindset, which is where the power of a funnel comes in? Of they only make one decision. Do I want this test prep or not? So if you don't want to split their attention, which I think would be wise, especially in this first one. Let's do this first one, like this first on stage speak, pushing traffic to a funnel. Let's do it the right way the first time here. I think that'd be a great idea. Do you own the domain that is your name?
Actually, did I buy it? I bought the name of the course, secretlearningscholarships.com, and then I bought earnscholarships.net.
Okay.
I think I did. I think I bought my name.
So if you bought your name, what you could do then is you could just bring that domain into ClickFunnels and you could make a quick like link in bio funnel, or you could just make the opt-in funnel that is on the domain leahorton.com.
Okay.
And then on stage, you can share the QR code and you can also say, just literally quick blurb. Hey guys, also if you don't know where to find your scholarships, if you don't know the thousand of the best scholarships that are coming up in this year right now, just go to leahhorton.com. I have a whole free sheet with 1,000 scholarships that you can use right now. So they scan the QR code, takes them here. You give a quick blurb on stage. Go to leahhorton.com. It's your name. It's easy to remember. And then you can kind of send people both places.
Okay. Or they, okay. I think I understand what you're
So
suggesting.
feel free. You
I
have a,
was just going to have them come by my table for the free gift, which is
oh, well, there we go. Okay. Sorry, I didn't know you had a table.
okay.
Yes.
Sorry. It's a
That's
college fair.
a-okay.
I'm just one
That's
of their featured speakers. And so it's like I'm gonna eventually sell that thing for like, I don't know, $25. It's a really nice scholarship spreadsheet, but this one is pre-filled with the top scholarships. But I thought I'd give it away here because I want to give away really good value.
I
Um,
love that.
and I've already had to turn in the slides, so I can't make any changes. But I referred to it. Hey, stop by my table. I'm going to give you a free gift. I thought I would have a QR code there for them to scan. That was going to be the opt-in.
Yes.
I just, is it just called opt-in funnel?
Yes,
Okay.
absolutely. Just opt-in funnel. That's exactly right. Simple
Okay.
opt-in page. They give you the information and a thank you page after. Done. And you're right. QR codes on the booth. QR code to your right is the opt-in. QR code to your left is where they can get to the order form. You're just having conversations, pushing people to the right QR code.
Okay. Perfect. I know what my homework is. I'll come back tomorrow with that. Thank
Check
you
the
so
chat.
much.
There's a note in the chat.
That sounds amazing. Oh, nice. Yeah, Leah Horton looks like Leah Horton is available on GoDaddy. Nice. Also, one thing I saw, you have your stack above the order form. We
Hmm.
might move that stack down to being like just above the order form or much closer.
Okay.
Typically, the golden rule of marketing is don't reveal price before establishing value. And as I was looking, it just feels like that stack comes a little bit too early. If I'm having a hard time remembering, I think the stack is even before the reviews too. So I think you're going to want to move that offer stack. Nice. Let's take a look.
I can't remember. I did the whole hook story offer. This is
And
my
then boom,
story.
right when we get past the story, there's the stack. Yes, you're going to want to move your stack down below the reviews and it's going to say
Okay.
what you're going to get today or what you get
So
today.
right here, right before inside the
Yes, and then the
secrets.
order form is then right below that.
Okay, I can do that.
Cool. Also, let's go look at your pricing. It was a little bit confusing.
Okay.
Just above, sorry, in your stack itself.
Oh, my bad.
Okay, total value 36.67. Retail price is 5.97. Now, $100 off for members. Um,
Yeah, I'm at a National Society of High School Scholars college fair. So
yes,
at that college fair, I'm giving $100 off. That's what in it. Everybody there knows what NSHSS stands for, though.
right. Right. Okay. Um, okay.
I
I
did
understand.
research. Those are like legit prices.
Yes. No, I understand. I understand. This is fine.
Okay. I'll
This
go
is
work on it so it's more readable as well. And I'll show it to you tomorrow. Thank you
yeah.
so much. I appreciate
Well,
it.
good stuff, Leah. Good stuff. Um, oh, Lonnie, yes, we definitely can. Yes, I can definitely get you in with the right people on it. Give me a couple seconds. I'll put some messages out and see who's available. Let's roll over to Dr. Kurt. Hey, Dr. Kurt.
Good morning. So I've recorded a video for my opt-in page and another one for my thank you for registering page, but I can't get them into the funnel. Every time I get them there, they just won't load somehow.
Interesting. Where did you upload them? What's the video host?
Vimeo.
Oh, Vimeo. Great. This will work beautifully. Can you share your screen? Look at you. He's on it. All right. First, let's go to Vimeo where your actual video is.
So here's the first one. Glad you're here to register.
Great. To the right, there's a little link, link and chain. Put your mouse up just a little bit, and it's to the left too. One more
Okay.
left. Bingo. Copy link. Great. Back to your ClickFunnels account. And let's enter the editor. Bingo.
So I want to put it right here.
Okay, great. Let's go to the bottom of your image and click your action button to add an element. Just type VID, and there's our video. We use that. Beautiful. All right, click anywhere onto the side just to get out of the settings. Nice. Let's go up to our video element, click it, and now paste your URL in that top box on the right-hand side. Bingo. Bingo. There it is. Now we can just remove your image. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Bingo. Rocking and rolling.
That's a close-up. Holy cow. So it's only 58 seconds. Can we watch it?
Sure.
I'd
Let's
like your opinion on it.
save the change and preview top right. Videos never actually play in the editor. So we always have to just go to the live page. Click your eyeball in the top right to preview the page. There we go. Beautiful. Oh, and it looks like sizing.
Hi, Dr. Kurt here at Prime Life, and I am so glad you're here to register for my webinar, Live Better, Live Longer, on Thursday evening, 6 p.m. Eastern Time. It might just give you the perspective and inspiration you've been looking for to maximize your health and your life. As you'll see, it makes so much sense. 3 of the great takeaways you'll learn from this webinar. Number 1, how to improve your quality of life really fast. Number 2, how to prolong your independence so you can live in your own home for many extra months or years. Number 3, how to increase your life expectancy by years or even decades. This is so exciting to me. I hope it is to you too. If it is, go ahead and finish registering, put it in your calendar, and don't miss it. And I'll see you Thursday evening, 6 p.m. Eastern Time.
That's great, Dr. Kurt.
Thank you.
Yeah, that is fantastic. Super friendly, super inviting, super welcoming. You're really excited about the thing you're talking about. Fantastic.
Great, thank you. I have a couple of other questions. Hopefully we'll be as quick as that because I know there are other people who have questions. So let's say advertising in Facebook. The advertisement is meant to get them to the opt-in page, right?
Yes.
So how do you do that?
You make an ad. You make an ad that says, you
Well,
make an ad that stops. Ads are just stopping the scroll. The ads
right,
are just
right. So
pattern.
hopefully there's going to be a video with, click the link below. And the link below, how does it, I don't know, I'm missing the connection. How does the link get them there?
That is this URL right here. Do me a favor. In the top right, click go to live page. Now you can see in the URL, there's no more preview equals true. That's gone. So this is just the URL Excuse me. This is just the URL of your opt-in page. You make an ad that sends people right there to that URL.
Okay.
And you're just going to make an ad that's going to stop the scroll, right? It's going to be a pattern interrupt to get in front of their face.
Yeah, like hold it a second.
Yeah, right. Like starting an ad with like stop is actually really good. It works and it does make people stop. But just a strong 5 second hook, you know? Maybe it's something like
Well,
maybe it's something like how come rock stars who ingest mountains of cocaine over their lifetime live to be 100, but people who are health conscious die at 60? Right? Like so that's like a first 3 to 5 seconds where it's a hook and it's like entering the questions already in your customer's mind, which is there anything I can do to elongate my life? Is there a genetic clock ticking that I can do nothing against? Right? It's just to get them in there. Have a strong hook. And then you get into, hey, my name's Dr. Kurt and I'm obsessed with longevity. I've cracked the code on how you can extend your life by months, weeks, or even years. And I'd love to share the secrets with you.
decades.
Click the link below and register for my totally free web class so you can learn how to add up to decades onto your current life.
So the hook that I was using was how to get your body to look, feel, and function like it did 10, 20, or even 30 years ago. Extend your independence and life expectancy far into the future or without drugs, surgery, hormones, or injections.
Yes, there it is.
Okay.
There it is. And you can say that, just come up with a strong hook, a strong 3 to 5 seconds that's going to hook them in and make them want to listen. Bingo. That's it.
Okay. So the last thing, good, those two were quick. The last thing is, let's say like I'm working on my funnel, this funnel, how do I get out of where I am and look at the whole thing?
I'm sorry. Could you say that again?
I want to get to the first page is the coming soon page. But
Yes.
I don't think I need a coming soon page. I worked on it, so I want to save it. I want to clone it, bring it to another funnel somewhere, and then delete this one.
Okay, but you're saying you don't want to use the coming soon page right now.
I
You
don't know how to use it. I mean, advertisements are going to come into the opt-in page, and the
yeah,
coming soon page seems like where does that fit in? I don't understand, but
yeah.
so I just don't need to use it, especially like I would like to launch 2 weeks from Thursday, and I want to just sort of tie these loose ends together and get rid of some loose ends.
Cool. I love that. Let's go back to your ClickFunnels account, please. One tab left. And let's exit the editor. You can just click the exit top left or anywhere, any of the blank. Look at you, you're genius. So your coming soon is the first page in the funnel. Remember, oh, let's go back there actually. You were perfect.
I don't know where I
I
was.
think it's your live better, live longer. Yeah, I think it's just that first funnel.
Yeah, it is.
Great. Okay. So remember, gang, this is my funnel URL at the very top. I run traffic to here. Somebody clicks on my Facebook ad that takes them to my funnel URL, and then they go interact with my funnel step by step as I laid it out. So you are starting with the coming soon page right now. Let me see what's below that. I believe it's going to be your webinar opt-in. And it
That's the page
is.
we were just on.
That's right. Okay, so let me show you this. This is so cool. Uh, what we're going to do, you control the customer journey through the use of buttons and redirects. How they interact with your funnel steps here, you have full control of that. So we want to hide our coming soon page. We don't want traffic to start there. We want it to go right to our opt-in, but we want to save our coming soon page so we can still use it in other funnels and design. What we're going to do is drag this coming soon page to the very end of your funnel. So on the left-hand side of that page, if you put your mouse on it, you're going to see a couple boxes. There they are. Click and hold, and we're just going to move our mouse down the page. Yep.
Ooh.
Oh, I think we went to one of your tabs down below. Just go back to your Chrome at the very bottom.
I can't see it. I got all your faces are down there.
Oh, okay. You're just going to want to, yeah, there you go. Beautiful. Let's grab that coming soon page again. Great.
And
And then
don't go too far.
that's right. So
Should
you can
go
probably go
faster
a
than that.
little more down. There we go. And keep going till we're at the very end. And there it is, right there on that little white thing. Oh, we just dropped it and let it go. It's okay. Let's do it one more time. Back to the
Yeah, so
top.
I can see how to do it.
Yes. Yes. And put your mouse on that little, bingo, drop it.
Okay.
Perfect. Now you're coming soon is at the very end. You control the customer journey through the use of buttons and redirects. So on your confirmation page, excuse me, you don't have any buttons on this confirmation page to send people to the next step in the funnel. There's no way. You control this, right? You control the buttons and the redirects and where people go. On your confirmation, they're going to go to your Instagram, Facebook, whatever other places you're sending them. They are not going to go down. They're good. So this coming soon page, it is now essentially hidden from customers. It's still in your funnel, but they're not ever going to see it. And you save it. So if you ever want to slide it back up and use it, you can. Does that all make sense?
Absolutely. Yeah, it's inactive.
It's inactive. That's 100% right. And now check this out. Scroll me up to the very top, please. Again, you run an ad, right? Somebody clicks on the ad. Your ad is running here to the main funnel URL. So somebody clicks on your ad, they get taken to the URL, and then they go interact with your funnel as you built it. So this would go ad directly to an opt-in page. Does that make sense too?
Yes.
Beautiful. Bingo.
And then the workflow begins.
That's right. They opt in and they get pushed into the workflow. Yes, sir.
Great. Okay. Thank
Awesome.
you.
You got it, Dr. Kurt.
I'm looking forward to like clearing these things up and launching in 2 weeks.
I am too. Great videos, great stage presence. I can't wait to see how it launches.
Thank you.
Awesome. You got it, man. You got it. All right, let's hop over to Danielle. Hey, Danielle.
Hey guys, good stuff today. I'm just kind of working away here. Thank you so much. Okay, I've got two quick things. Well, I guess I'll show you this really fast because I dug up a whole nother can of worms while we were sitting here. I had a wait list. When you do social media, it's out there in the world, and I just want to change the wait list so it tells them, hey, the program's actually open now. And so I'm getting this wrong here and this is the second part of this that I need to talk to you about, but I tried to enter in the email, and then when you click here, I have it taking to book a call.
Okay.
So, but I don't think it's capturing the email. How should this work here?
Oh, it should definitely capture the email. Take me back to your ClickFunnels account. We'll look at the button action. Nice.
You
All right,
mean the
let's go.
funnel?
Yes, please.
I don't know why that didn't go to the funnel. I mean, I made the button go to the call.
Yes.
But I'm wondering how it captures the email if the button kicks them out to book a call.
Well, you got the right question. Let's go take a look.
Because that was there when it was just give us your email, and we'll let you know when it's open.
Correct.
And the button said, I want to join the wait list. So now I'm just changing the text just because like 2 people have opted into the wait list somehow over the last couple of days. And I just want to get them in the automatic automation. I don't want to have to keep going back and manually emailing them.
100%. Absolutely not. Okay, let's enter the editor, please. Great.
Oh my gosh, my computer needs a spanking. This is crazy.
Yeah, Zoom is really, I've been seeing this all day. Zoom is giving people a hard time. Much slower. I'm going to turn my camera off as well. Should speed us up.
Okay.
And look at that. There it goes. Okay. Ah, you're right. That button is not going to be collecting customer information. If you had to take a guess, Danielle, do you have any guesses as to why you're not grabbing emails?
I mean, because I'm saying, I don't know.
There, let me show you why. As I look at your button, that little black text below the button always shows me what the button itself is doing and like what it's set to. And you
Yeah.
have a URL in that button. So I know that your button is set to go to URL. We
Yeah,
actually,
I just put it there.
yes, we don't want that.
Okay.
Anytime, excuse me, sorry. Anytime we are collecting customer information, we must submit that information with a submit button. Don't change it yet. Go back to go to. Let me just see. And that URL doesn't load in. No worries. Exit the editor. Do not save anything.
What do you want me to do? Because I can do
Exit
it.
the editor, top left. Don't save. Don't do a thing. Just exit. Okay. No worries. Great. Okay. Go back into the editor. Yes.
So I'm trying to accomplish two things. I'm trying to get some information from them in case they don't book a call.
And then send them to the calendar.
Yeah, and I don't know how to do that.
Great. We can do all of that. It's just so
I can do
important.
a pop-up,
Oh, we
but
could, but we don't even need to. We just really need to understand button functionality here. If you are collecting customer information, whether it be personal information like an email or financial information like credit cards, if you are collecting customer information, you must use a submit button. What you've done here is you changed your button to go to
yeah.
URL. And that actually doesn't submit their info. So you
Okay.
don't collect the info of people who opted in. Let me show you how to fix this. Click your button. First off, I want to grab the URL. So copy that URL. Great. Now we can change our button action. Change it from go to submit.
Okay.
Now check this out. Enable the redirect override. So the submit button has two functions.
Oh, I've never used this before. Okay.
Yeah. So submits and collects customer information.
Sweet.
The second thing a submit button does is it takes customers to the next step in the funnel. I remember building this with you. We made your calendar step the next step, but you're going around that straight to the calendar, which is perfectly fine. So you did exactly what you need to. If I want to use a submit button to collect customer info, but I don't want them to go to the next step in the funnel, I want them to go somewhere else. That is my redirect override. It will still submit. You will still collect the customer info, but after they click the button, they will be taken to that URL, your scheduling URL. This is what we want. Does that all make sense?
It does. Thank you. Now, when I add the automation, because I'm just going to add some 3 automation, if they didn't book the call, and I still don't really get it, but how do I apply it to people that are like already existing in the funnel? Is that part of the workflow that I set up?
Yes, you can manually put people into a workflow run. Do you know how to do that?
No.
Oh, this is awesome. Let's exit top left. I'll show you exactly how. Great. So you have the workflow, it's active, good to go. We're going to go to your contacts tab on the left-hand side. Or yeah, customers and then contacts. Beautiful.
Because like on Friday or whatever day it was last week, I sent one email to everybody because I hadn't built an automation in, and I kind of thought this thing was dead. Now there could be a chance in the future that people are finding it on old social media. I want to automate it, but I do want to plunk all the people in there so I don't have to have a task to send multiple emails. So I want to put them all back through once I've got the automation built.
Yes, 100%. Do you see any contacts here that you want to add to that workflow?
Yeah, it's all the RR wait lists.
Okay, cool. So click that first person's name. Yep.
And I didn't see a functionality to send an individual email. Is that possible in ClickFunnels?
Yes, you can send individual emails. That's your email app on the left-hand side, and you can send an email just to a certain person. You definitely
Okay.
can.
I didn't see that, but I'll take your word for it. Okay, what do I do here?
What I want to do is go to your marketing tab at the top.
Mm,
Now we have our workflow runs, and
mm.
yes, we can add to workflow. So for these couple of people, you just go to their contact profile, click add to workflow, and you can add them right to the workflow. These broadcasts, this is our one-time email blast. So if you want to send a one-time email to a customer on the left-hand side under your apps, yes, it's your email app. That's exactly right.
That's what I do to do broadcasts. So where would I do an individual?
Create your broadcast. Just name it whatever. You'll probably delete this. Get my drawings out of here. It's crazy. Okay, now it's our send to.
Okay,
Edit
so
the audience.
you can't
Yes.
do it from the contact level is my question.
No, correct. You have to come in here to your email.
Okay. And then my last question to you, thank you,
Uh-huh.
is this has just really been keeping me up at night. So I think my system is broken. I don't think I like, because I've been listening about having a live webinar. So her product, we've got two routes here. I'm not opposed to lowering the price because obviously, 100% of zero is zero, right? So I'm totally open to whatever the answer is. But basically now we've got a pre-recorded webinar going to a call. And while I had a wildly successful traffic ad campaign that I ran, I mean, my click to call was like, or not, it wasn't a click to call. It was just cost per click was like 6 cents. And I mean, we got like 1,000 impressions like in 3 days, and I turned them off at 500 anyways. I am hesitant to start a sales campaign because I really just don't like this. I don't like that I just don't think it's going to be successful. And I guess my question is, should we just roll with it for a couple weeks and see if it's going to be successful? Because I haven't really done a ton, but even though the traffic campaign was successful, no one has booked a call with her, even though it's just through social media, organic, and a 4-day traffic campaign. But I'm just worried that we're going to go live on this thing and that people, like I don't know if he was a doctor, but I heard the last gentleman, he was in his yard talking about my webinars live on Thursdays. And hers is just book a call with me. And I'm just really concerned that that's not the right conversion. And I want to change it now before it's too late.
Okay, great question here, Danielle. Book a call is actually really simple and it typically converts really well.
It
And
does.
yeah, it does. And you getting your clicks for, did you say 6 cents?
Mm-hmm. Some of them were like even less, 5 cents.
Man, that's wild. I have a buddy who's getting calls for $15, 15 to
Now, these
$50.
weren't calls; these were clicks. But I hear your math. Yeah.
Right. So, I mean, geez, Louise, that's amazing. Where did you send them in the ad?
To the funnel.
Which one?
To her calming the fire funnel.
Cool. Can you show me that?
Yeah, this is the one I've been, working on this whole time, and it's
big
her
thing I
just
want
2-minute video.
The big thing I want to say to you, Danielle, is launch. I've heard story after story after story about Russell launching things that he was so excited about and he thought it was going to work amazing. And he was like, I love the funnel. I love the offer. I love the hook. I love everything about this. And then it didn't work. It flopped. And then I've heard stories of him launching other funnels that he's not so excited about. He doesn't think they're going to work. And those are the ones that actually kill it, right? So at the end of the day, did you put clarity on this funnel by chance?
I did last week. I mean, we're launched. We've been live. I just only I was supposed to start my sales campaign yesterday, but she's freaking going out of town next week, which is killing me, but she can't really take calls. And so I'm like, all right, look, we're not going to start this sales campaign, until the 29th. When you can, or you know what, I might start it because I booked 3 days out. So it doesn't matter. I might start at the 25th, but point of the story is she can't take calls till the 29th, but we're live. So yeah, I've had clarity on here during the traffic campaign. I don't know how to look at it, but
Okay, cool.
this looks terrible because it's desktop, but it's just her talking for 2 minutes. Like, hey, watch my webinar. Boom. That kicks me to a pop-up where I get their info. And then it goes to her webinar.
Well, before we even move, are you seeing, can we go look at your analytics really quick?
Sure. Tell me where to do that.
Let me just make sure Trey is not here yet. Okay, he's not. I have 2 seconds. Let's exit top left.
Clarity? Or it's
No, we're gonna go
infant-
right here to your ClickFunnels stats really quick.
Oh, okay.
Top left, I want you to click the analytics button, please.
That thing?
Yeah,
Oh shit. Sorry, I got out of there.
that's okay. Just go back to your funnel name.
The page views, opt-ins. It's not a good it's not converting well. Can't I click here?
You can, yes, analytics right there. Absolutely. Trey is on his way in right now, so we'll just give this a quick look before we hop over to him. But let's see.
Oh, man.
Okay, analytics, top left. Lovely. Okay. We might have to adjust our time filters there. Oh, yeah. Okay, so 210 out of 7. We have a 3% opt-in rate on a free opt-in funnel.
It's not good.
Right. No, I'd want to see that. I mean, the bare minimum benchmark we're looking for is 30%. I want to see it more like 50 to 60%. So great. That shows us what we need to work on. We found where the water's stopping. You have an ad that's working really well, sending copious amounts of traffic to the funnel. When the traffic hits that first funnel step, that's where they're stopping. So that's what we're going to address. We're only going to be tweaking the first page in the funnel over and over and over. This is looking at clarity. Do you know how many people are actually watching that video itself?
No.
Cool.
I don't know how to look at all this stuff.
A lot of this is going to be done inside of your clarity.
Okay.
But like I want to see if people are actually watching the video, if they're even watching. And we really need them to watch that video.
Yeah, it's just like a 2-minute thing.
Correct. And I'm not going to have time to go dive into your clarity now because I do want to
do it tomorrow. I've never been in here, so I'll look at it.
Cool. Go in your clarity. Look at those screen recordings. Use the AI to summarize what is actually happening, and then we're going to address the page. Like the thing that I saw on your page, there was no real hook. There was no real headline, and there was no sub-headline that's showing people the outcomes they can receive, showing them the transformation. Hey, you're going to go from burpee acid reflux to not burpee and happy. Simple things like that, right? There's no transformation showing on the page itself. So there's a lot of little things I think we can go tweak and increase those conversions right away.
Okay. Thank you.
Cool. You got it, Danielle. Stick the path before we go changing and going to webinar. And let's nail this first, because once we nail this, now all these people opting in.
I can work on it this week because now I don't have to run an ad campaign to it. So I'm going to be here every day. So
that sounds great. Let's get after it.
Thanks.
Awesome. You got it. And that's a beautiful little segue into my favorite day of the week. It's Trey Day, baby. I'm super excited to be back with my man. Woo! Look at him.
What's going on, dude?
What is up, Trey? Good to see you, man.
Hello, everyone. Hello. Going from transformations to transactions.
Woo!
Oh,
You need a job, man.
I was listening to something earlier and it said that. I was like, I like that. That's clean. That's real nice and clean.
It is.
I think it was in the fitness industry as well. I don't know if she was in the fitness industry, but it sounded like from burpees. is what I call it. I call it the burpee part.
She's in the acid reflux transformation game.
Ah, so cool. So cool. Dude, I'm so excited for today. Obviously we have October coming in, we have November coming in, we have December coming in. So these are the months. These are the upcoming months for the Q4 piece, and it's gonna get lit. It's gonna get like really, really big. I mean, we're already seeing things scale up on our side, like with the affiliates and everything coming in, asking, how do we push more traffic? Can you handle the conversions? What kind of payouts can we accept? So really, 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 really good news in the market of, people are looking to purchase in the next 3 months. And so this is Christmas, if you will, for e-commerce. So just prepare, start looking at your top selling products, start building funnels around those top selling products. If you have a Shopify store, pick the top three, realistically pick the top one. You already know that it converts. So go deep into that product and go and make a sales funnel around it, sales page, order form, and start running ads, get that ready to rock and roll. So dude, I'm excited for today. We look at funnels, we can, talk ecom, we can, obviously the floor is ours. So whatever you want to do. What do you got for today? You have anything
Man, I'd
expectations?
I'd love to dive into funnels. I mean, if anybody
Let's do
here
it.
has a funnel that an e-commerce funnel, I know Vernita's got it. Yeah, love to see that. If anybody else has an e-com funnel that is live, it's doing the thing where we can go look at and just understand e-com. What should our pages be looking like? Love to use you as examples. Trey hit it on the head as he always does. It's Q4. I mean, now is the time because if you guys don't know, after Christmas, after New Year, Q1 is gonna hit. And it's snoozes. Everybody's snoozing everything, right? We're not spending money. We've already spent all of our money. We're saving up a little bit. We're tired from this last Q4 holiday season. Sales plummet in Q4 in Q1 of the new year. So now is the time. I think there's one of the greatest things I ever see you do, Trey, is when you just look on a page and just seeing your how your brain is seeing everything and understanding it because you see the world through that lens of ecom. So let's get started with Bernita. Let's go take a look at a funnel and let's talk a little ecom.
Cool. I'm down for it.
Love that.
All right, thank you, Trey. Okay, I'm sorry, Dante. I gotta come in. Um, my my focus today was going to be on the launch. So I have put together a string of the emails you talked to me about, like doing the
Yep. Because
introduction.
you're going to a cold audience, right?
Correct. This is a cold audience, and I'm like split testing, and I just thought to show a couple of those broadcasts, if that's okay.
Yeah. Did you start sending out broadcasts? Not yet. Okay.
Let me share screen.
And there's no call to actions, no links
Well,
embedded.
this is what my question was, because I used one of the ClickFunnels templates to create the broadcast, and I was unclear on what my call to action should be if I am like warming people up, so to speak. Like if I'm not sending them to the funnel until email 5.
Yeah.
And what's a call to action in email 1?
To expect an email tomorrow.
Okay, yes, that's in there.
No, that's your call to action.
Okay, so basically all of these emails are expect the email tomorrow until we get to the offer.
Yep, correct. But it's not like, oh, hey, I'm going to email you tomorrow. There needs to be a reason that they want to open up that email tomorrow.
Oh.
And these emails should probably be let me grab an example actually real quick. Because
Okay.
we just did a launch. Maybe it'd be good to go over that launch. It's more of a it can be the same thing, but this is more of a coaching launch that we did. But it worked really well. Like it is. I was doing the numbers actually before this call. It was the highest grossing funnel that we've ever done, in a coaching space, and it was because of how we did the launch. Like we ran it to cold traffic, people who didn't know who I was, but didn't feed them any call to actions or any, um, like register for the webinar or anything like that until like week 2. So the first week was just pure content and building up a story.
Okay.
So let me pull up real quick. Let me do a word count on that, and then that can give us an idea of the word count. Because when I just saw your email, I felt like it looked really short.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say the opposite. Um,
But see how you've already started to put in like America's hot sauce, like you're already slapping them with, "Hey, I'm going to sell you something."
okay, so this was one of my first questions. So I did like the whole record myself, and then like transcribe it, put in ChatGPT,
Mhm,
ask ChatGPT to create the ClickFunnels sequence. And that
mhm,
was my first question was I was like, well, ChatGPT put in the name of the brand. And I was like, well, do I actually reveal that now? So I guess
mm-mm. Nope.
for the purpose of this,
It's a movement, right? So like right now there is no brand, there is no product. The emails are a movement.
okay.
That's all you're selling. That's all you're talking about. One thing and one thing only. Now, of course, you and I, we want to sell. Like I get that. I want to sell too. But in order to sell to these people, they got to trust you, they got to know who you are, and they got to believe in you. We need all three of those to be in play before it. If one of the if we fail at one of those, then they will not buy. So we have to have them trust us. They have to believe in us, and they have to believe in the product itself. So three things: you, trust the business, and trust the product. If they don't trust the product, they won't buy. If they don't trust you, they won't buy. If they don't trust the mission and the believability, they won't buy. So all three of those are what we need to work on here. So I just did a word count on our launch, and it was 450 words
Oh,
for the email. So let's do a word count here real quick on this, and you might be there.
you want me to I could pull a word count from the drive.
Mm-hmm.
Mm, 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 mm.
So I would let's see.
It looks like the word count is 160 words.
Okay. So if it's 160 words, we got about 4x more to do
Okay.
on one email. That's per email. So if we want it to be about 450 words per email, not letters, but words. But this one looks pretty
Why?
good. So that's what I just looked at what mine were, and I know that worked. So it's a good template to kind of follow.
Great.
Not saying like 450 is the all-time almighty, number that I probably should, mention that. But I'm just saying from the templates that I just did over the last 3 weeks, I'm going back and looking at how long our stories were, and they're about 450 words. So I
450
think we should
words.
probably
So
follow that format. It's not too long for someone to skip out. It's not too short for not someone to dive in. Like we want them spending time with you. Like someone who spends time with you will spend money with you.
mhm.
Mm.
Spend time with me, spend money with me. So we want them reading these emails. So the next thing would be is, when you say hi first name, I'll be transparent. So I feel like I'm already being set up. Like, would you have not been transparent? Or have you never been transparent before? It's kind of like saying, Vanita, I'm not gonna lie. Like, have you been lying to me before this?
Okay, okay.
Right?
I appreciate it because I'm like I wasn't sure. This remember I was concerned about, do you tell them that you purchased the list? That's how you got their name, or you don't tell them.
Yeah, of course you can. But again, it's all about what's in it for them. This is about you.
Mm,
See how the third sentence is, my name's Renita. I'm an award-winning writer, strategist, founder. Like, why do I care?
mm,
Like, I know that I'm not trying to diss you, but like, I got my own life. I got my own things. I got my own priorities. I got my own problems. I don't need Renita telling me about her problems, right? I need to know about my problems, what I'm fighting for. That's what we're digging in here. That's what we want to, talk about a little bit and make sure it relates to them.
okay.
Would you like to would you like me to show you maybe some of my stories?
Yes, please.
And then maybe that will help you format. And then what I would do is go and train ChatGPT. And what I mean by that, or Dante, whichever AI you're using, but go take the stories on my Facebook page that they're still there, they're still live. Go copy all them and just say, hey, these are Trey's stories. Just take my stories that I've audio transcribed to you and build them around the format that Trey is writing in. And to be transparent and not to lie, these are all Chat GPTs. So I did the same thing I'm telling you to do. Is I went for a walk. I audio recorded my story just like I was on the phone with Dante, and I was just talking like I was talking to Dante, telling a story. That's what I told my mind to do. And then I hit the record, stopped it, came back, uploaded it, transcribed it, fed it to ChatGPT, and then it came out with hooks, which you need that first hook that what grabs their attention. Other people call it headlines. Like we need to get them on beat. If it's like, hey, to be transparent, I got your email list from blah 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 blah. What does that do? That doesn't do anything. To me, I'm like, okay, like thanks for hacking my information. You scammer. So we want to be, we want to be like into it, right? And so we're leaning in. Let me go grab one. I can share screen here with a little bit.
Yeah,
But
that'd be great.
I've tried to
I've never
be.
seen somebody stop their screen share as fast as Vernita did when you said, "Do you want to see mine?" I've never seen a screen share go away so fast.
Well, we'll pop this up. Not saying that these are great. Not saying these are, like scholar material. It's just a story, is all it is. And my goal here was to be relatable to the person reading it. That's the whole thing here. The other thing you'll notice is there's no call to action besides, hey, stay tuned. I'm not selling anything. I'm not talking about anything. That, by the way, like full disclosure, this is to sell t-shirts in about 2 weeks. But as you'll see, there is zero anything about t-shirts. Nothing. Nothing about community, nothing about t-shirts, nothing about e-commerce, nothing about entrepreneurship. Maybe it's entrepreneurship, but nothing of like what I'm going to sell them in 2 weeks. This is just, I need to figure out and get a pulse on the market to see what these people are feeling. Okay.
Okay.
So let me pull up this first one here. Okay. So you can see this right here back in 2013. Is that big enough?
Yep, I can see it.
Yep.
Okay. There we go. Let's see. Let's just read this together, shall we? A little story time. Cool. So back in 2013, I thought I had it all figured out. I was working for an insurance company earning 60 grand a year. So a couple things with that hook, right? It's very intriguing. Like back in 2013, like that was 11 years ago. What was going on back then? And this guy who's like, I had it all figured out. I thought I had it all figured out. So that means he didn't have it all figured out. So there must be something else to this story. And I was working as for an insurance company earning $60,000 a year. So that 60 grand a year is important because later on, we're going to show them how to make $100,000 a year selling t-shirts. So all of this is put in place for like micro reasons. Like we're just micro feeding them. The biggest thing that you'll see here, I don't know if it's in this one or not, but you'll start seeing me trend a word. And that word is an anchor. I'm anchoring a word in all of these messages, very, not silently, but lightly. It's very lightly coded. And that word is moment. Today is going to be your moment. This could be your moment. And then I found my moment. And that moment was X, Y, and Z. And maybe today you're going to have your moment. So then later on, when they're watching the webinar or they're, coming in to do a call to action, guess what? Today's your moment. This is your now moment. So people have been anchored to have a movement, to have a moment. And then now we show them what that moment is. And it's like, it's now or not, it's now or later. So maybe for you.
Actually, I think it's still moment because our platform is about personal transformation.
Okay. That's what you got to come up with. That's what you got to figure out. That I actually stole that from a pastor named Steve Furtick. He had a really, everybody loves Steve, right? He's becoming like super famous now. But I was listening to a sermon with him, and I think it was called "This Is Your Moment," and gave me goosebumps. And I was like, oh my gosh, maybe we could interchange that into e-commerce, where people are like, oh, this is my moment. This is where like I unlock what I call the golden handcuffs. So basically, I just, as much as I could through storytelling, I try to get it all on paper and then organize it in a way that made sense chronologically. All right. So here's the first post. So back in 2013, I thought I had it all figured out. I was all figured. Insurance company earning. Oops. Are you still with me?
Yeah. Yeah.
Is it still the same sound? Yeah, we're good.
Yeah, you're great.
All right. So earning $60,000 a year, but after rent, utilities, an office computer, phones, and paying an assistant, I was barely taking home 25 grand. So this is getting into the pain. Like, I want them to feel the same pain that I'm feeling. Like, yeah, good guys. Like, it looks good, right? I'm making 60 grand a year. Look at me. On paper, I look successful. But reality was, I was taking home 25 grand, and everybody knows that's not very much money. So in reality, I was broke as a joke. So here's me being vulnerable. Super vulnerable. Like, in reality, I'm broke. I'm broke as a joke. And on top of that, I had a 1-year-old son who depended on me. Single dad life. Right? So I needed to provide, I needed to nurture, I needed to keep a roof over his head, but instead I felt trapped. So far within the first 5 sentences here, I've become super relatable to the person reading this. Because they're probably not me. They're like, yeah, my paycheck looks good on paper, but after all the expenses that I'm paying, my grocery bills, my electricity, my home mortgage, all that stuff, yeah, you're right, Trey. Like, I have nothing left. And I feel like I'm broke as a joke too. And on top of that, I got a 1-year-old son. I got a 3-year-old. I know, like, I feel this dude's pain. Like, I'm super relatable to everything that they're reading here. Providing, nurturing, keeping a roof over their head. But inside I felt trapped. This mirroring is what I'm doing. I'm just mirroring how they feel. The company controlled the product. The company controlled the price. The company controlled the advertising, everything. Again, whatever job, sales position they're in, that is true for them as well. Whatever company you work for, they control the product, they control the price, they control the advertising. Everything. So no matter how hard you work, you can't scale. And the harder I tried, the more lost I felt. I was caught between a demanding full-time job, being a present father, and desperately searching for a new path in the scrapes of spare time I had. That's everyone's story. I'm just telling it as mine, but it's really yours.
Yeah.
Right? Like, yeah, dude, I got a full-time job. Like, I'm trying to be on this Zoom call right now, but my boss could come over my shoulder at any point in time. Like, I'm nervous. I'm desperately, everyone is desperately searching for a new path, and they don't have time. Like, what's America's #1 thing, right? No one has time. We're in New York City across America. Time is like of the essence. We need self-driving cars so we can have a desk in the car now to make up for the hour commute back and forth so we can get 2 more hours in on the workday. We're not taking lunch breaks. We're eating at our desk because there's so much work to get done. So then one day, I heard about a butcher shop down the street that needed help with advertising. Now, whoa, like, that's a really change of events, right? Like, you went from insurance agent to now we're talking about a butcher shop. Okay, I'm interested. What the hell does a butcher shop have to do with anything? Nervously, I walked in, told the owner I'd run his entire Facebook strategy. The ad, free sausage with the purchase of 4 pounds of steak. It was simple, scrappy, and maybe just crazy enough to work. And it did work. So here is a little light of success. Of like, oh, that's all it took for him to see a difference. And it did work. People came in the door. He sold more meat than he had in stock. It was successful. But here's the truth. He was hesitant to even pay me $250 a month. And honestly, I was scared to charge it. It ate up my time taking photos, mapping out strategy, running ads. And at the end of the day, I was making less money doing that than I was in the insurance job. And now these people are like, shoot, he almost made it, but now where are we going from here? It wasn't scalable. So back to the drawing board I went. I went, lost, trapped, because in order to make money, I had to keep my job, even though it was a job I didn't want to be in. Again, super relatable because maybe they've tried something successful in the past. Maybe they've tried Amazon, maybe they tried drop shipping, maybe they tried Shopify, maybe they tried a different sales position, maybe they tried opening up a business, like whatever it is. They saw the same thing with what they were doing. They're like, yeah, like I tried these other things. They were super expensive. It didn't work out. Maybe it was Forex trading, like whatever it was, right? They had a failure too. So now again, we're relatable. Like, oh, I thought this was going to be the epiphany. I thought trade was going to be successful. I was going to be jealous of this guy and envy this dude. In fact, I'm relating to him now because we're in the trenches together. So I'm just creating super relatable things. Like every 45 seconds should be a wow moment. Should be a, oh, damn, or a, oh my gosh moment to where they just keep reading, right? So it wasn't scalable. So back to the drawing board I went. I was lost. I was trapped because in order to make money, I had to keep my job. But here's the thing. Even though I was getting paid less than what I was already making at my full-time job, that $250 that the butcher handed me for 1 month of Facebook ads turned out to be the pivotal moment that changed everything. At the time, I didn't see it. It felt small, insignificant, chump change, but in reality, it planted a seed. And like most seeds, it took time to grow. 1 year, in fact. It wasn't until then I realized that that tiny $250 deal was the spark that would eventually free me and lead me to an idea that changed my life forever. That story I'll share with you tomorrow.
That's amazing.
That's marketing.
Right? So now, did I mention e-commerce anywhere in here?
No,
Did I mention t-shirts?
no,
Did I mention community?
no.
That's all I'm pitching 2 weeks from now. But what this did was it opened up the concept of maybe I have a chance. Maybe there's something else out there that this guy knows that can lead me to success. And this wasn't a picture of Trey in a Lamborghini. This wasn't Trey on a yacht. This wasn't Trey flying his plane. It was me back in 2013 with spiky hair selling this dude Bill, $250 Facebook ad strategy. Like that was the photo. Glad I took it. So nothing crazy. So that post got like 19 comments, 11 shares, and 1,000 likes and hearts. So now what's really cool about this is I can make Facebook ads tailored to this specific post, meaning anyone who has read, liked, commented, or shared, or interacted somewhere on this post, I can go retarget them. So don't you think it'd be smarter for me to retarget people who know me and have read my story, at least one of them, than a cold audience? No one knows who Trey is yet, right? But they're intrigued. This shows intent. This shows they're intrigued. They liked it. They're like, and why they're liking is because they want to see the next story. They want to be, make sure Facebook shows them more of me. Did they follow me? I don't know. Probably not. But what we want to do is that we want them coming back because we want them on the edge of their seats. Russell talks about this in his books, but basically it's unclosed chapters. He doesn't call it that, but what's he call it, Dante? Do you know?
Right.
You're
It's
muted.
.com secrets.
Dante, you're muted.
Sorry about that. I don't remember exactly what he calls it.
I think
Oprah secrets.
Yeah, it's off the secrets, the soap opera secrets. But basically what it is it's cliffhangers and like unclosed. I'm gonna call it unclosed chapters, but unclosed. There's no closure. So for the brain to be able to close it, they need to read the next one. That's why soap operas work so well, is because at the end you're like, what happened next? Like crap, or like Lost for Netflix. Like that was such a great season. At the end of each one, like the timer's kicking down, or there's something in the woods coming through the branches, but you don't know what it is. And you got to watch the next episode. And so that creates a binge effect. And so what we're doing is we're creating stories that create a binge effect. And so, Vernita, what I would do is I would create, like, here's the end result. Here's the start. And then we need stories of your life that got you to where you are today, but are relatable to everybody in their own environment.
Mm.
That's what I would look for. So let me take you to the next story. So now we're like, okay, what's the next story? So here's the next story. So at a chamber event one evening, I met a woman who would connect me to people that changed the entire trajectory of my life. That's a hook. People want to read more. Her name is Anna Randa. Now, cool thing is these are true stories. So another tactic that I did was I tagged people in my post because two things I know. One, they're going to get a notification that Trey tagged you in the post. Two, this story is all about them. They didn't know I was going to write a story about them. They're freaking going to go ballistic. They're going to love it. The more people that I can talk about and tag into my post, the more interaction, immediate interaction I'm going to get, the more engagement I'm going to get on that post because it's going to reach their friends, their family, their followers. And when I boost this post, it goes out to all of them. So I'm using their followership to pretty much work for me.
Okay, I have a quick question, Trey. For the concept of like retargeting, did you mean that it's a cold audience to start, but then you only send the second email to people who interacted with the first story, or you only sent the second story to people who interacted with the first story?
So what I did was I created 5 of these posts. Okay. And then I took the sum of those 5 posts and targeted those people. So if they only had to interact with one. So I would send 5 emails. And if they opened one of those 5 emails, I would email those people.
Okay.
Those are the people I would email. So let's read through this one. Her name is Anna Randa. Anna is very direct, and I've always loved that about her personality, which is why after meeting her for just 10 minutes, it completely caught me off guard when she asked me to lunch. I remember thinking, wow, how kind of this lady, right? How kind of her. And a few days later, I walked into St. Louis Bread Co. For our lunch. But when I got there, Anne was already deep in conversation with someone else. For a moment, my stomach dropped. I thought maybe I got the date wrong. Maybe I wasn't really invited. Again, being super vulnerable here. But she smiled, waved me over, said, "You're all right on time, Trey. Let me introduce you to Doug Haldeman." And actually, Doug would later become one of my closest friends. But we sat down, had an incredible conversation. And just as I was about to leave, another person walked in, Mark Warren. He gave Ann a big hug. She turned to him and said, "Mark, you need to meet Trey. He's an insurance agent." And in my head, I thought, wow, this woman is so connected. So I asked her, "Ann, how do you know so many people? How are you this connected?" And that's when she told me about a book, The 7 Levels of Communication by Michael Mayer. So now, a lot of people are interested in this book because they want to know how she's so connected. How is she running through people and connecting people with people, right? So I launched this book. I give value in this post. I'm telling people statistics. I'm telling people books. I'm tagging people so they can go follow these people. Okay. She told me about a book, The 7 Levels of Communication by Michael Mayer. She said, "I follow the playbook in this book, and this is how I've built everything. Michael himself will even be in town soon, but before you meet him, I need to connect you with Brian McRae." And here's the truth. Back then, I didn't have money for a coach. Again, being super vulnerable, right? People might say right now, I don't have money for a coach. My bank account was tight. Mentorship wasn't something I could afford. Again, super relatable to the current situation they're probably in. Because I'm going to people who need to make more money, who feel like they're in debt, right? That's who I'm trying to attract. So I'm laying clues, I'm planting seeds here in these posts for people to raise their hand and be like, this is me. This is me now. Like this was Trey back in 2013. So where's Trey at now in 2025? But like I'm feeling his pain right now because I'm in this pain, right? Through these posts, I am talking to them with their current problems. So my bank account was tight. Mentorship wasn't something I could afford. But what I did have was time. And I've told you guys on these calls before, you either have time or money, choose one, right? So in this case, I'm going after people who need to make more money. But what I did was I had time. So I went all in. I devoured the book cover to cover. I followed the principles word for word. So now this is me showing that I was a student. I'm becoming a student of Michael. I worked diligently because I knew if I did everything right, if I could actually prove that this playbook worked, that there would be no way Michael could ignore me. And it worked. Little by little, I became the poster child of Michael's system. People noticed, Brian McRae noticed, and one day, Brian pulled me aside and said, Trey, you need to meet Michael. And that's when it happened. Michael was actually coming to St. Louis for an event. Over 200 people would be there, and no one knew he was going to show up. So Brian trusted in me, trusted me enough to give me a job. Now, again, this is showing that someone else trusts me. Third party authority, right? Transfer of authority. So now I'm not saying, hey, trust me. I'm saying this guy trusted me to introduce 200 people to this author. That says something. This is a stand-up guy. Trey, this guy. So Brian trusted me enough to give me a job. Meet Michael at the front, escort him through the back, and then reveal him to the crowd at the very right moment. When Brian asked me to do this, I knew instantly, ooh, there it is. This was my moment. So this is the first time that I bring up the word moment. Again, has Trey talked about e-commerce? T-shirts, community, making money online, business opportunity, nothing. Right? This is just, it's all a lead up. This was my moment, guys. So here it is. The car was pulling up. I'm getting goosebumps. I hopped in the back and there he was. I was in awe. I introduced myself. He smiled. He said, I know who you are. So again, even this author knows who Trey Llewellyn is. Wow. Cool. I'm in the presence of authority now. I'm in the presence of someone who's become someone. Maybe I can be like Trey someday. He gave me a fist pump, said, hey, good job on everything you've been doing. I swallowed hard. I asked, would it be possible to stay connected with you on a higher level? Maybe even exchange phone numbers? And without hesitation, Michael said, absolutely. So here now, again, transfer of authority is an author, someone who is untouchable, like a Russell Brunson, giving Trey Llewellyn his contact digits, his contact information. He said, absolutely. And that was it. I had his number. And from that moment, again, seated, Michael became my first real coach. Someone who actually believed in me. We had Zoom meetings. He loved my energy. And then one day he said something I will never forget. Trey, I really like your drive. There's a gentleman I want to introduce you to. He reminds me a lot of you. And tomorrow, I'll bring you face to face with that gentleman and learn the single truth that revealed to me that shifted my entire path. So again, call to action, no links. Is stay tuned. And then, of course, on a iPhone 3, guess who's calling Trey? Michael Mayer. So again, I'm connecting proof to the story I'm telling, because it was pretty cool to have an author call your cell phone. I think I grabbed my brother's phone when he was calling. I might have answered like, Michael, call me right back, and then put the phone back down. And I mean, this is back in 2013, right? Like always, like everyone should always be creating content. Like doesn't matter where you're at, what you're doing, even on these calls. Like you guys should be taking selfies because you never know what your future holds. And there's always good things to go back to and anchor. And that's with photos and video. So the more photos and videos of your life, just doing life, you can use. Like I think my photo album
Smile Trey
is I don't even know if it shows it anymore on here. But to give you an idea, just so you guys can catch up. Oh, here it is. 49,431 photos and 10,045 videos. You're going to want the 2 terabyte phone, okay? When you take this on. But it's not like I'm even trying. you know? Like today there's pictures of there was one I saw, this was really good. I don't even know if you can see this. See, I saved this because I thought it was really good. So that's too blurry. So basically what it says is me at work, and it's a picture of the two space dudes who are like 1 hour here is 7 years on Earth. I forget what that Interstellia, is that what that one is? Interstellar, the movie.
Yeah,
Interesting.
Interstellar.
Yeah, Interstellar. So basically, 1 hour on that planet is 7 years on Earth. And so what it's saying in this meme is me at work. Like when I'm at work, 1 hour here feels like 7 years on Earth.
Mm.
Right. And so I love that meme. I took a picture of it, took a screenshot of it because I might use it later. I'll just like, oh, that's a cool one. I'll take a picture of it. Um, there's fires, there's libraries of books. There's me, taking a photo of a knife. Like I have a knife in my hand, like a steak knife, because I couldn't find steak knives. So the steak knife I could find was um like a machete. But like that will be an ad later. Or here's one where we just went to the world's largest bounce house. It's currently in St. Louis for the next 2 days. And so we went there and I took some selfies, you know? Like I have no use for this right now, but maybe in the future I will.
Mhm.
So I don't know. I just always try to take a couple selfies throughout the day, just depending on what I'm doing, or screenshots. Um, you just never know. You just never know what that's going to come down to. We're at a cigar lounge. I took a picture. We're at church. Took a picture. I was at the hangar. We sold our plane, so I was saying goodbye, and I took a picture of the citation inside there. Again, a little selfie. So all kinds of just random throughout the days. There's me and Legend getting our nails done at the nail salon. Just, because like 10 years from now, I might look back and I'll be 50. I'll be 40 in October. And that picture of 10 years ago, like when Legend was 3, I might tell a story about Legend
Right.
and be like, I remember this one time that we were at the nail salon and, Legend looks over at me and he says, Daddy, what are you going to be one day? And I was like, oh my gosh, I was 40 and I was still lost. Like I didn't have no purpose. And 50, 10 years from now, I'll be like, I found my purpose and here's how I found it. Like whatever it comes to be, right? So these stories just help guide that. So anyways, look at this. So this one got 1.1 comments, or sorry, likes and shares, 5 shares, 29 comments. And this is what's really cool is you get to see people talking about the people I tagged.
Mm.
I met Michael Mayer, right? I just ordered Mike's book. I love watching you grow, Trey. So people who don't know me, the 1,000 people who are liking this post, guess what this does? This not only shows that I tagged this crazy woman named Anna Randa, right? Who was that random? I don't know. But then you have Anna Randa coming and writing a beautiful post, right? Again, just growing trust. Like, oh, this Trey guy must be real. Just from what they're saying, right? Almost as much as I enjoy retirement, one of my fondest memories of the day Nicole Hippo introduced us. You're the special person who touches the lives of others and nothing in the same afterwards. Like always coming from contribution, heartfelt. Like she wrote me a testimonial. I didn't ask for that. She just did that, right? It's really cool. Fred Berg. Hey, guess I know what book I'm going to read next. Do you think Michael Mayer might have shared this post? Do you think his wife might have came on here and, seen this post? Her name's Sherry, by the way. Sherry Mayer. But all these things contribute to trust.
Mm.
Because in order for someone to get them to buy from you, they got to trust you. They got to trust that's going to work for them. And they got to trust the product. 3 things. So that's what these stories are doing. They're leading up to that. So how I got started with this is, I wish I could say like I just wrote this, in 20 minutes and like, yes, that was amazing. It didn't happen like that. This is hours of work. What looks like 10 minutes of read time took hours. It started with, I probably even have it actually. It started with just kind of doodling. This is what I do is I got a book, a little notebook. This is an amazing notebook. I should sell these later in my life. You would never know what it says because it's all gibberish. Like I can share it on the screen. You have no idea. You have to like decipher that. Like Egyptian, you have to have Egyptian ciphers come in and trying to figure out what I said. But little do you know, I have the code, so I know what it says. But when I was getting started, I have to go back and see when to do this. There's so many things going on right now. They all start to blend together. I just made like a timeline of stories and they all didn't connect. They all didn't make the storyline. Some of them just didn't fit into the thing that I wrote down initially. Because what I'll do is I'll marinate on it. And so I'll write it down as I see it today, but then I'll come back to it tomorrow or the next day and spend more time on it and say, okay, does that still make sense? Did my brain waves or neurons, are they still lined up like I thought the first day? Or did like some things change? Like, am I in a different mood? Am I less tired? Am I more awake? Do I have more caffeine? Is it morning versus night? Like all the things that, or is there like a story I remembered that I wanted to add into it, So, geez, this goes back forever. I don't know where I put it. But that's how it started. Or maybe, you know what? Maybe it wasn't even in this notebook. Maybe it was on just a piece of scratch paper, and I'm kind of thinking about it. But that's how I started it, and I just did bullet points. I was like, okay, I'll tell a story about Michael Mayer. I really don't know what that story is yet, but I know it's going to be about Michael Mayer. And then back in 2013, I didn't even know the year yet. I just knew that I was going to tell a story about the butcher because it's just a random, like, crazy story. But I also wanted to start with the insurance because that's kind of where my story begins is insurance because I went from insurance to ecom. So I knew I needed to show people that I was like you before I can show them what I am today because that has to be relatable. So before you were selling t-shirts, right? Like, why did you start the movement? Like you haven't always been selling t-shirts. So why did you start to tell, like what happened to you? What was that moment? When was that like trigger? What was that change that happened and instilled you were like, man, I got to do something about this.
Yeah.
And even before that moment, what triggered that moment? Like follow the triggers all the way down to the first trigger. So my first trigger was I was in insurance. Then I met Michael Mayer. Michael Mayer led me to Sean Lynham. Sean Lynham led me to e-commerce. Or no, yeah, e-commerce. E-commerce led me to Tanner Larson. Tanner Larson led me to t-shirts. So I followed the story. So all you got to do, it's really easy. Just backtrack it. So how'd you come up with the name Hot Sauce America? Where did that profound idea come from? Did it
Right.
just pop in your head? Were you listening to a radio station? Was it on a podcast? Was it a conversation between you and someone else?
Yeah. And they came out of the article that I published in the Daily Beast.
Boom. Okay. So then what made you write that article?
Right. For me, it was reckoning with my experiences of facing discrimination in corporate America.
Cool. What made you get into that?
This was in the aftermath. This was like 2020 in the aftermath of the murder of George Floyd. It like
George Floyd. Everybody knows that name.
Yeah, it opened my eyes to how and when I talk about personal transformation, I recognize like I have been playing a role because like this is the system of discrimination is designed for me as a Black person to play a role in the discrimination. So when I was experiencing microaggressions or being denied opportunities, I would just kind of shrug it off and stay quiet.
Yep. Okay. So then
to speak up.
Before George Floyd, where were you that day? Do you remember the day? Do you remember where you were at? Kind of like a 9/11?
Well, I was at home because it was the pandemic.
Okay. So I'm sure you have a picture of you at home during the pandemic.
Yeah.
Right? And then before that, like who were you? Who was Bernita? Before George Floyd. George Floyd. Hard name to say. You were just playing the role.
I sure was.
And who told you to play the role?
Society, American society.
Cool. So then, like, see how we're just like taking it down to where the seed was planted, and then how sprouts and leaves and roots grew to what you're getting today. Now, if we open your screen and go back to your first email, you'll see that you're telling the story 5 stories later.
Yeah, I could see that.
Right? Like you're so into it right now because you've had all the things, you've had all the experiences.
Yes.
Like you grew over the last 5 years since 2020. But now you're expecting that the person you're emailing is already in the same place as you are now. which they are not. So we have to take them through that journey over the next five stories, 5 emails,
Okay.
right? It might start like you might just do it like mine. Back in 2020, I was sitting down in my house, you know, my sister was next to me. I was right here. It was about 12 in the afternoon. COVID is just released. We're wearing masks in our house. Laughable. But why? Because society told us to. How many other things has society told us to do? What is society telling you to do? Have you ever felt like you should be doing one thing and actually do the opposite? Do you go with society? Do you go with the flow, or do you fight back? You see, I was someone who followed society. I was fine. I was just playing my part. That's the story. You got it. It's in you.
Okay.
Be
This is
relatable.
super helpful because yeah, I can see it now. I'm looking at this. Doesn't even tell a story.
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
Nope. You're like, hey, I purchased your list. My name's Renita. I'm a scam artist. I go out and I do all these really cool things, right? Our community, like it just doesn't make any sense. So hopefully showing you and taking you through that exercise gives you guidance on how to properly write a story-based sales pitch.
Yeah.
You know, like get them to know you, get them to trust you. Like go through your phone. Like that's how I come up with ideas. Is I go through my photos for that year, like 2020. Go find like 3 photos that like you're just like, oh, that'd be a good photo. That'd be a good photo. It doesn't have to be crisp. It can be blurry. It could be with your fingers halfway in the way, you know, and you make a joke about it. You know, like here's a story that I wanted to tell you. Like this is the best photo I found at that time. Funny enough, as my sister was in the room, she took it, and as you can tell, she fat fingered half the lens. So I do apologize, but I digress, and we'll continue. We'll save her story for another day. But as you saw, there's a cliffhanger at each end of each story that just like makes them lean in. Like, oh, ooh, what does happen next? I do want to read Vernita's next email, right? And maybe on the 3rd email, you say something like, by the way, P.S., if you're wondering how I even got connected with you, is because I reached out to a place where they sell lists of people who are looking for the same movement or moment that I was looking for back in 2020. So I appreciate you opening my emails. I appreciate you giving me your time. I appreciate you being open to listening to my story, because at the end of the day, we're all here to fight for one thing. And that one thing I'll tell you about tomorrow.
So good.
Right? Because now they're like, what are we fighting for?
Almost like he's done this before.
Oh my gosh. This is amazing. Okay, so I'm going to go back to, I was going to say, go back to the drawing board and like reapproach this in a different way. But this was very, very helpful because I see the light.
Cool. Perfect. Yeah. I mean, the biggest thing, go grab a notebook, go to a park, don't bring your phone. Don't bring anything that, you know, can, a notification, push notifications. You know, that way you can concentrate and create a timeline, and you know where you want to end. So then just track it back to where you want to start. Like what's a really good anchoring point that you can create a story around, and then go into ChatGPT, no distractions for like 3 hours, and just like dive in, focus mode on. You'll be locked in.
Okay.
Trey, do you have a no distractions mode that you go into? Like, do you have anything that people can try to eliminate distractions?
Yeah. Basically, so I take my phone and I turn it off so it becomes a brick, and I lay it face down on the table. The next thing I do is I just, you know, Mac has a really nice thing is, you know, obviously ignore all notifications. And then I close out on Telegram, Instagram, everything. And then I close out all tabs. So no Chrome. So the only thing that's up is ChatGPT and a notepad. And that's when I just focus. And I give myself, I say, okay, I'm going to sit here for the next 3 hours. And the only thing I'm going to do in this 3 hours is write. And I'm going to have ChatGPT help me write it. And I might get one story, like I might get 5 stories. I may get 2, but whatever comes out of that 3 hours, like I know I dedicated my time and my energy towards those, and I know, okay, if I got two, which I think is pretty much what it came out to be. I got 2 stories in 3 hours, so I know I need to set aside another like 6 hours to get the other 4 stories out, and then make sure they blend together. So then I start telling ChatGPT, okay, this story blends with the story prior to it, and make sure like there's a bridge. So we need a bridge, keep bridging it along the way, and planting seeds and open closed doors, whatever you want to do, throughout it. And then what I did was I took all 5 stories and I uploaded it as one document. And I said, how does it flow? Is there any like transitions you would change, or open close events at the end of it that you would, change? And it kind of gives some suggestions, and some of them I took, some of them I deleted. But ChatGPT has made it really, really nice to give examples. And that's what you can do is you can take all mine, go through my stories on my Facebook page, just copy them, put them in ChatGPT, say story number 1, story number 2, story number 3, story number 4, and then just say, chat, take these stories and make my stories the same type of template. Write them in the same way. So hook at the top. I would tell it to give me like 5 hooks, 5 to 10 hooks for the opening. And then for the most part, the story was pretty much the same.
Okay. This was, again, super helpful. And I'm actually realizing now, not only did I like skip a whole bunch, but I also need to clarify like the end goal, so to speak, because it doesn't stay like stuck in like fighting discrimination. It actually moves through into this concept of people thriving in all areas of their life. I want to make sure that that comes through. Thank you, Trey. Good selfie. We got this because this is gonna be a post one day.
Good. Let's post it up.
Let's get it. Thank you.
Yeah. Do it up. Take a lot of those. Take 5 a day. Selfies, photos of your kids, photos of the parents, the grandparents, the friends, the cars, the house, everything. Like, you don't know where you're going to be in 10 years. So mark it down. Because like for me, there's things that I want to go take photos of that I can't anymore. Like, I can't go take photos of the first house I ever lived in the bedroom with my bed in the place and the photos. Like, I can tell you about it, I can describe it to you, but if I had a picture of that, you could really, really, visualize it, right? So luckily I have a lot of that, but there's a lot more I wish I had, because I could tell a lot more really cool stories.
Awesome.
So good.
Perfect.
So good.
Thank you.
Hopefully that was helpful for a lot of people. Telling your story, getting through things, very important, right? Storytelling is great.
Storytelling is story selling. It's stories that have brought cultures and peoples together throughout the history of the world. It's not the campfires that we get around. It's the stories that brings us together. It's the stories that move people. That's everybody should have. Russell's talked about this for years. Everybody should have like 5 core stories that they know so well and say so often they're tired of hearing them, but our customers aren't tired of hearing them because that's the first time they hear that thing. Stories are what move people 100%.
I think that's probably the hardest thing for me is I've told the story so many times that I'm like, people are tired of this damn story. I'm tired of the story because there's so many people that are entering into e-commerce that they've never heard that story before. And it's really good for them to hear. It just takes me to tell it again. Right. So yeah, the 5 core story is like, it's kind of like Myron Golden. Like, when he gets on stage, Russell's always like, tell the eagle story or tell the bird story. And Myron's like, I've told this on this stage every year for Russell, and he still tells me to tell it. And Myron gets up there, he tells the bird story, and he always hates doing it, but he does it. And half that audience never heard the bird story before. And the other half of the audience probably forgot about the bird story. It was really good for them to hear it again. But Myron, he's told that story over probably 1,000 times. I think it's really cool.
Yep, it is, and it's necessary. Very, very necessary.
Yeah, that's right. I'm always saying like, I need new stories. I've told all my story, all my good ones, anyways.
As we should.
Great.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that, man. Storytelling is story selling. That was really good.
100%. It's like I'm thinking back to I have a whole ClickFunnels origin story, and I have all my ups and downs and the failures when I was starting and what I had to do and all that. And
Yeah.
I mean, I'm just thinking about I get tired of telling the story too, but
Hmm.
I just told it last week to somebody and it was like life changing, right? So we just got to have those. That was a masterclass on stories too. I really love how you weaved in not talking about the vehicle. We see people do that all the time, right? Like Trey teaches people how to have success. Trey teaches people how to unlock financial freedom. Trey teaches people how to transform their lives, right? But he doesn't tell you the vehicle that he uses to do it. And far too often, that's what I see people do wrong. They put out a post, they'll tell a story, and they're just chomping at the bit. I gotta tell him my vehicle because
Yeah.
my vehicle is the most amazing thing in the world. No, nobody cares about that. We tell the stories without the vehicle, get them to the webinars or the pages that then explains that. It was a masterclass, as always, Trey.
I love this is always well is was great. The number one thing a salesperson should be scared of getting on a call is someone looking for education. If you're getting on that call to be educated, you're not selling on that call. They should have already been educated enough to be sold. And it's just that should be what's the price? Do you have payment plans? How do I get in?
Yep.
It's like, how do you do this? How does this work? So you telling me you sell t-shirts? How do you do that? Right? Like, okay, we've not, they're not educated enough. I have to be on this. So that's where these storytelling come from and, doctrinations and things like that they can do on their own time. The other cool thing is Russell has me reading, Don't Get Outwitted by the Devil.
Ah,
And I think that's what it's called. Something like that. And one piece in there Napoleon was talking about when he was talking to one of the guys is, don't just interview the successful ones. You should go interview those who failed because the real lessons are learned from the failures, not from the successors. I was like, whoa, that's so powerful because like we're all chasing the people with success, and the successful people are like, no, go study the failures, and you'll see everything not to do. I thought that was pretty profound. But it's Napoleon Hill. Would you think differently? No.
of course not. But that's like it's so core and integral to like who we are. A funnel hacker is somebody who fails forward. A funnel hacker is somebody who's not scared to take a risk, and
Yeah.
it's the failures and it's the cycles that give us the biggest learning experiences ever.
Dude, you're in it, like we're in it. You got to be dedicated. You got to know that this is your boat. And I love the Tony. I don't know who it ever came from, but I remember from Tony Robbins. He's like, the dude was on the boats and they get to the shore and they got to go fight this island. And people are like, I don't know, what if we lose? Like I want to go back to my family. Can we turn the boat around? And the guy's like, no. He throws a flame cocktail at the boats and they burn the ships. They literally burn the ships. So the only way that they're going to go see their wives and kids if they go conquer the island. Like there was no B plan. It was only A plan. The B plan was the boats. And I think a lot of us always have the boats in our back pocket of like, well, if this doesn't work out, I still got my job. Well, if this doesn't work out, I still got my 401k. Well, if this doesn't work out, I can go do whatever. It's like, no, like burn those boats. Because now, guess what? There's only one way, and it is forward. And you got to go fight that fight and climb that mountain and get to it. It's just like, whew. There's a lot, but like people who are dedicated are not failures. I think Alex, was that Alex yesterday? Alex Becker that put a post out, which was really good. He goes, of all the people that I've watched or that I've follow, the people who are aggressive and conquerors are more successful than ever. It's because they just stuck to it. That they were concentrating on it. That's all it is. That's all it
100%.
is.
I forget who it was. So they talk a lot about how it's just so many people come into a new industry, a new thing, they start a new business, and there's a massive flood of people that come in, and then there's a massive flood of people that stop within 6 months, another flood of people that stop within a year. But for the ones that stick to it and stick through it, well, all their competition goes away, and now they're category kings, and you gotta get in, you gotta lock in, and you gotta fully commit.
Fully
100%.
commit. Yeah, that sounds like real estate agents. Real estate agents, there's like I think it's 50% of real estate agents every year quit.
Yep.
So a new 50% come in every year. It's pretty wild. And of course, as the years go on, like if you know, in a bull market, and a bear market, a housing market, housing crash, like that's when they all flood out, right? And the ones left standing, they are the category kings because their names keep on showing up. Their sales signs keep showing up. Like they're dinosaurs, you know? And those are the ones they're just like, I'm in it. Like I'm gonna go through these waves. Like I'm not just gonna give up and look for another shiny object, another opportunity. Like we're hitting this. So hopefully that was helpful for everyone. You know, you just never know where the calls are going to go, but that one went to storytelling. So hopefully you hopefully got some nuggets from that. Go you know, go create some stories, go create a storyboard. It does take work, but man, the end result is, you know, usually like 2 to 4x of what the primary result would be if you just went to cold audience. A really good book is Launch by Jeff Walker. So that's who I kind of followed his like little planning of how he does launches, and that's kind of where the storyboards came from. But I just read his book real quick, just kind of thumbed through it. I think it's
Great
called
book.
Launch.
If you guys haven't read it, great book.
Yeah, good little book. Good little book. Still works today. Still, I don't know when he wrote that. Probably 11 years ago. But that stuff still works today. Like it's just stupid that some of this stuff is still working and it's 10, 20, 30 years old. Like Napoleon Hill, Think and Grow Rich, still works. Richest Man in Babylon, still works. Maybe we're
Michael Mayer,
reversed.
7 Levels of Communication.
Still works. Still works. Michael, yeah, that book still works. That's a great book, by the way. Power Notes. If you guys want to learn how to write good thank you notes, powerful thank you notes, just skip to that part right there and go to Power Notes. And basically, I'll tell you a little bit about it. Basically, it's how you write the note. So you write it from left to right, of course, but then you write it at an upward angle. So it's like always uplifting versus downtrending. So if you ever look at how you write things without lines, it'll tell you what mood you're in. If you're in if you're in a poor mood or a dissatisfied mood or a like I'm not feeling good mood, you'll write down. But if you're in an uplifting mood, a happy mood, you write up. So he goes, always write your power notes up. And I thought that was really interesting. And then he said, you know, tell him 3 things that you noticed about him that's great about him. And you know, I think I don't know about you, but like when I go for a walk, or like I was for a walk this morning, or I'm out at a shopping center, or I'm out in public. Let's just put it that way, out in public. You might say good morning. Usually, I'm the first one to say it because I think it's just really like a social, psychological experiment or social experiment. It's like who says good morning first? It's usually me. Like the person's like right here. I'm like, yeah, they're not gonna say it. Good morning. And you're like, they're like, good morning. Like it's real quick, right? Or someone sneezes, do you say bless you? Or does it feel weird? So instead of saying good morning or good evening or good afternoon, say, huh, I like that gray shirt on you. And man, I tell you what, the energy transfer from that versus a good morning is like 10x. It's just wild. Wild. Because no one does that. So just like pick one thing out that, you know, you're like, hey, that's really cool. Dude, love those shoes. Where'd you get those shoes? I went to church. I was on church on Sunday. There's this guy I see across, you know, he's like, we're all picking up our kids. I don't know. This is a very big church. So there's like 10,000 people that go to this thing. So there's a guy, random dude, I don't know who he is, standing over in the corner. He has a really cool shirt on. So I go over to him and I gave him a fist pump. I was like, good morning. And he fist pumped. I was like, bro, where did you get that shirt? And he goes, oh. And dude, he wanted to tell me all about it. And then his wife comes over and she's like, oh, if you like that, then you got to go, blah, blah, blah. So like we just had this like huge interaction just because I said his shirt looked good. Like I liked his shirt. I was like, I want that shirt. And I said, I hope I can wear it as good as you do because you look, you know, no, I'm not, you know, I'm married. So I'm not hitting on you, but I like your shirt. I said, it might get a little weird if I say you smell good. So I'm just going to stick with the shirt. And, you know, it's like, that's a really good conversation to have. So you can just, you know, transfer that energy. But I challenge everybody today, when you're out in public, just look at somebody. I love your hat. Love that shirt. Man, where do those pants come from? Love your shoes. Cute kid. Like, you know, whatever. Be helpful, you know, be helpful and real, and it'll do something. But anyways, the power note, he says, put 3 things that you notice about the person in the power note. So, hey, Dante, it was really good talking to you today. Dude, I love your excitement. I loved your laughter. And dude, your outfit, on point as always, you know? And oh, by the way, there's always a PS. The PS is the call to action. You know, when I was on today's call, there's a couple things that came up that I think we should talk about. Got some few ideas for you and I. So when you're free, give me a call. Here's my number. So now I got an open door with Dante. He's like, oh, well, what did he hear? What was the idea? I got to call him. So then that creates the call to action. That gets him on the phone. He's going to say, Trey, got your power note. This is amazing. That's the most beautiful note I think I've ever received besides birthdays. And you said you had some ideas. Like, let's talk. Oh, yeah, right. Those ideas. Now, you might not have any ideas at the point in time, but you got to come up with some, right? When he calls you. And so you come up with those ideas. And by the way, Dante, you know, when's the last time that you got a car quote for your insurance? Oh, man, it's been like 6 months. Well, dude, we're running really good rates on our insurance right now. Can I get your information for a quote? Love to do that for you. Sure, dude. Yeah, of course. Because I've built trust, right? He called me. It was an outbound call. I got Dante to call me, and then I slipped in the little, you know, let me get your insurance quote. Got your insurance cars. Well, you want me to do your house too while we're on the phone? I mean, you might as well. We're here. All right, what's your house address? All right, cool. You want an umbrella? You want imperil? You want perils? You want inland marines? You got a boat? You got a trailer? Now I got a whole list of Dante's assets that I can try and insure. But it all came through a power note. So that's where one of the pieces of Michael Mayer's book came from, was just send out power notes. I would send out 20 to 50 power notes a day.
Wow.
So I was just writing power notes. People I met at BNI's, chamber events, outings, social networks, Lions Club, anywhere I went, right? I'd look them up. If I didn't know their home address, I'd find their office because they'd always give me their business card. Give me your business card, Brian. You got a business card on you, Dante? Yeah, let me get that for you. And then I got Dante at ClickFunnels. Probably has the address. So I mail him a little power note. Dante's at his office. They're like, Dante, you got some mail? And Dante's like, I don't mail anything here. Who mailed me? Oh, it's Trey Llewellyn. Trey Llewellyn. I got a little, oh my God. He just told me 3 good things about me. And he wants me to call him. Man, I'm not doing anything else. Hate working here. Let me call him. You know, like get on the phone. And now little did I know, he's doing an insurance quote. So just little things like that can change how you do business when people are just trying to outreach, you know, cold outreach and get the quote, right? Like, no, we story led it. Met him, told him 3 good things about him, did a PS, had him call me, inbound phone call, close. It's a funnel.
It's a funnel. Everything's
It's
a funnel. Mm-hmm.
That's right. All right. I got to jump. I'm late for the next call, but I get carried away on these.
So good today, Trey. As always, thank you, man. That was fantastic.
All right, everyone. See ya. Thank you.
So good.
Bye-bye.
So good. It was so good. If I'm not mistaken, gang, Michael Mayer has a YouTube video up on Power Notes. I didn't look it up, but I'm pretty sure if you guys want to learn how to write Power Notes, you can just go to YouTube, Michael Mayer, Maher, Power Notes. It's like a 7-minute video. He walks you through the whole framework. It's absolutely fantastic. It really is. So I have literally 7 minutes. I have a 1:20 I have to get to. It's one of the meetings with the right people I can't miss. But Vladimir and John had their hands up. You guys hung out. Let me get your questions answered. John, we're going to go with you first. Hey, John. Charlie, good to see you, man. Have a great day.
Dante, how are you?
Good, John. How are you?
I'm doing great. Let me share this with you really quick.
Great.
All I need you is to help me out, guide me. I have an old funnel. This old funnel right here. The old funnel that has like 100. Let me see. This is the new funnel. And I'm trying to get rid. Let me get rid of this over here. Let me see. So this is the new funnel. Yeah, this is the new funnel, investor partnership, and then I need to go to the old one, which is this one. And this funnel I have. This is the funnel 2. This is ClickFunnels 2.1, and I have real estate investor right here, investor secret right here, and I have some contacts over here. Right here, contacts. I have this contact right here, which is in the last all time. I don't use the funnel anymore, but I have these contacts over here, which are 184. Now I need to move these contracts to a funnel in 2.2. What's the best way to do this?
Great question, John. Top right, you have a little button to download contacts. Just,
Download these contacts.
yep. Great. That's going to get emailed to you. It's a CSV just like you're used to using. Then upload them to ClickFunnels. And that's it. Easy. When you upload these new contacts into your ClickFunnels account, it's going to ask you, do you want to tag your contacts?
Okay.
Tag them right there. Tag them all as something you'll understand. And then from there, we can do whatever we need in ClickFunnels. Add them to workflows, send them emails, whatever.
Okay, so right now it should be downloaded, right?
Yes, well, as soon as the file is ready, we send it to you in an email.
Okay, very beautiful. Okay, let me work on that and then I'll get back to you tomorrow.
Sounds great,
All
John.
right, thank you. That's it. Thank you.
Got it, man. Nice stuff. All right, and Vladimir, how can I help, my friend?
Hey, buddy. Quick question, actually, and this one popped out while I was listening to Trey. So what I saw is that establishing the personal trust is actually being done in the copy of the actual Facebook post.
Yes,
So,
it's pre-framing. It's what we do with them before the funnel.
okay, fantastic. Now, what I was actually planning to do, because let me just quickly share, and this is my yet to be seen whether successful or not. How do I share this? Successful or not funnel hack of one of the .com products. So this is the actual funnel, right? I don't have that personal story, the pre-framing. I was actually gonna do it in the video that was gonna lead people to this. I was gonna have to make it very succinct, not 450 words, but rather something that is 1.5 to 2 minutes long. Now, if I were to do the personal story in the copy and then do a video on top, what that video actually, like, how does that video going to look like, so people can then move forward to this being already pretty much sold, and just, okay, here it is this basically, does this meet the expectations, and how do I, and then I take action or not, whether the notice messages and the product is successful or is not, is whether they take the further action. But I'm just trying to, like, as I wrapped up the funnel, I want to make sure that, like, I got the whole system in place, so we can, so I can just set it all up and then launch it tomorrow, day after.
Right. So is your question like your ad creative, your ad video?
The ad video after, so the copy is my story that is going to pre-frame it and establish a trust, and then there is on the ad, correct. Yep. And then there is a video.
Yep.
Right. Now that video, what would be the adequate formatting? Because Trey only covered the story, and then ultimately he's gonna look. I mean, he's telling something completely unrelated to the t-shirts that he's about to sell. Now I get the point, right? Like, he's establishing the personal connection, and at the end, people will just buy anything he's trying to sell. So that's brilliant. I've seen it work. Not necessarily that, like, I was thinking along those lines, but now I can. Now, in this particular case, obviously that I was going to be personally relatable about the golf and cigars, but then I was going to do that in the video. Now, what the video actually needs to be, so it's not either like repetitive to the pre-framing, or it's not really, so it fits well with the pre-framing, and then obviously cause people to click learn more and then go to the funnel.
Yes, a lot of times our videos in the ad is just going to be a video of us pretty much saying the copy that we have on the page. So
okay.
I think what you're really thinking about is the next ads that you'll make. Okay, I totally hear your question. I totally hear your question, but for this first ad, pretty much just make the ad be exactly what you're saying in your actual copy itself. Because most people don't read the copy and the video. Most people either read the copy or watch the video. So it's just like on a VSL funnel, a video sales letter. The video up top is you saying all the things. The rest of the sales letter is the exact same thing that you were saying in the video itself. So
Gotcha.
for your first ad, just make that video be like exactly what you're saying in the copy itself.
Okay. And then lastly, this is the first time that I actually see such a long copy in just a plain Facebook message. People, like it's usually sentence or two. This functionality is actually an ad that John describes, or this is the post that somehow just gets boosted.
There it
I
is.
just want to get the
Trey just
mechanics.
Yep, Trey just made a post on his Facebook page. He just made a post, but he boosted the post. And now he can get that post out in front of more people. That's all. We boost posts constantly. It's very simple.
Okay. All right. And then lastly, there's one thing that I wanted to actually ask Trey if he has some other suggestions, but here is some basically copying his stuff, right? So he has the 60% off, click this link for a product. Granted that that product is it's like new, right? It's a security camera. Like it can cost $1,000, it can cost $50. People don't really know, right? Like there's a maneuver. Now, in my particular case, I'm selling a 3 cigars for $50, $47, which is already on a higher end. If I say, oh, look, here, click here to save 60% on top, that means the 3 cigars, like if somebody's going to go down there, right? He says like, dude, like, I mean, there's no shot that, you're trying to sell on a regular basis, 3 cigars for $150. So is there something else that it could come to mind that I can actually apply in this particular case to create, like additional curiosity and action rather and me not looking shady? Because this is I can't go with,
Then we can
yeah,
change
this
it.
is a
V-curve,
yeah,
the V-curve pricing can be fluid. If your products are not built into where the 60 works, make it 20. 20% is
yeah.
still a great deal. We need to have some sort of discount. Please, if anybody prefers to pay full price for products, put a 1 in the chat. And we're not going to see any ones because everybody wants a deal. You're in a luxury product where people are not against paying full price. But to generate the customers, we need to have the bait. We need to have a deal. So mark it down to 20, a 20% saving, and then we can add free shipping to 3 or more.
Yeah, that
That's
was the V curve is the way that I took actually this is that the V curve gets built after the 60% is applied. So for example, let's say the perceived value of the cameras that he was selling, the way that he kind of like framed it is, let's say, $150. I'm just making things simple, right? And then he says, okay, 60% off, now cameras $40. But if you buy two, you get one free, right? So now he's getting additional discount on that. But all of that condition on that first value that was built as $150, and then people think they're saving it buying it at 40, a single unit, and then the V curve kicks in. Now I do have the V curve. Well, I gotta yet build the actual second part of the funnel, but I do have that math in place. Like maybe I can just describe the V curve, what happens, like get 3 items and then save XYZ. It is not going to be maybe as powerful as just click here and you're going to be you're going to get a 60% discount just by buying things online, and then you're going to get additional volume-based discounts through the funnel. But I was just looking if there's another maybe way that I'm not thinking of. They can actually create that motivation for people to just enter the funnel, right? Like instead of the 60% off, but something else, and then do the V curve, down the funnel that I was planning to do anyway. So that was, that was basically one of the questions, because that's the last piece here that is that's outstanding.
Yeah, free shipping. Free
Okay.
shipping. Put a banner on the funnel, limited time only, free shipping.
Yeah. Okay.
And then
All right.
the free shipping is only if they buy 3 or more. But you don't tell them that on the sales page, right?
Yeah.
You give them the sexy offer of free shipping. They go to your order form. Now they're like, "Oh, I see. Free shipping is only on if I get 3 or more." Okay, well, let me get 3 or more.
Yeah. Fair
Right.
enough. Fair enough. No, I will, yeah, no, that's the least I can do. Most of my things, my product is over $100, and I ship it for free anyway. But to generate the customers and the excitement, I'm gonna try the free shipping, and I'll see, like we're launching, as I said, tomorrow, day after, as I need to build the other parts of the funnel, and I don't know how much time I will take for that. But I will, but this particular, the sales page is done, and I know you gotta go, so I'm just gonna leave it at that. I appreciate it as always, and I'll see you tomorrow with the rest, with the other questions.
That sounds amazing, Vladimir. Looking forward to it.
Absolutely. Thank you, buddy.
Looking forward to getting to be with all of you guys again. That was a fantastic trade day, as it always is. That was great. I can't wait to see the stories Vernita comes up with, and the rest of you guys as you go to write all of your stories. That was just a masterclass on story selling. Fantastic. What a blessing we have to have Trey with us every single Tuesday. It really is. So I will let you guys go for now. If you have any questions on anything, please put those in your VIP communities. I'll always be happy to take a look at that. But until tomorrow, starting at